just took your soul, and you're never getting it back.
Shadow.
I'm being gang stalked by the CIA. They put a chip in my brain. My body has been taken over by an evil spirit.
Shadow.
The shadow people are in your walls.
Hello, everybody. The shadow people are in your walls. Thank you to Strong Later. Thank you to Yanagibashi. Thank you to DPIH. And thank you to Toasty Android for the subs, as well as to Nerve. Welcome to your favorite unhinged streamer, baby. We are so fucking back.
Wonderful, a new child soldier, subscriber.
Thank you, DJ Boyo, for the resub. Welcome back, my our favorite Hungarian band.
This video has been made possible by Ground
.org,
News.
the War and
Also,
Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman.
Welcome, my beautiful, beautiful sons, daughter, and NBs of bitches. I have no idea if that was inclusive or equally misogynist as the classic things I accidentally say here on the regular. How are we doing on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday that I will make sure to make, to feel, to breathe, to smell like a Friday? It's been a second, hasn't it? It has been a second. Welcome, everybody. Those who have joined us many times in the past. Those of you who are joining us for some reason for the first time, thank you very much for the ultimate return to the classic 1,000 subs. Thank you again to everybody who subbed previously. Today has been a good day. It's raining outside. It's kind of shit. But we are King Wizard Money Gang. I don't know why, but that is how I shall be referring to myself in this entire stream. I went to the gym. I went for a walk. I ate some good food, some kebapi. Kebapi is what you're going to have, okay? Kebapi. I had a lot of kebapi. I had some spinach soup. I had 10 chili peppers. So if at any point I tell you, oh, I need to go and take a toilet break and I don't return for an hour and 15 minutes, it is because of the peppers. Yanagibashi, nice and sunny here. Get wrecked. Yeah, Yanagibashi, go fuck yourself. Thank you very much. Because when it's sunny, you cannot be part of a Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Shadow is kind of a part of it. I have no idea what that means. If it's some secret dog whistle for racist wizards, which is the KKK, then I apologize. goes to the gym. Yeah, I've started. You guys have been giving me too much shit. I mean, I've always been a white boy, okay? I've always been a fucking white boy. I went to like fucking kickboxing for 5 years. I got like the base layer. But then I love food, baby. I love food. And you know what else I love more than food? Not moving. Not moving at all. Sitting and not moving. With that being said, welcome everybody. Today is going to be a relatively relaxed stream. We're going to cover obviously some political topics, but also I want to talk about capitalist enshitification in general, especially online, but also with some recent physical products that have come out here. And to make sure that I properly tackle shit, I am drinking shit. This stream has been sponsored by Monster Energy. I'm kidding, please don't sue me. I have not drank this in like 3 years. I feel 16 again. Yes, I'm secretly 19. Fucking Monster. Can you fucking believe it? God fucking damn. But yes, the chili peppers, Monster Energy, prepare for a lot of toilet breaks and a lot of chair streams today, baby. Yeah, Red Bull is bourgeois. Monster is a goth proletarian drink. Okay, you get more drink for less money. But anyways, let me not bore you with this shit. Let us start with the news. What is going on? Is it all bad? Yes, most likely. Are we all gonna die? Yes, absolutely. Because everyone dies eventually. I'm very deep. Subscribe, welcome. Speaking of very deep and subscribe, in 4 minutes an ad is going to play if you would like to support the show and not watch those for $5 or for free through Prime a month while making my mortgage incrementally smaller. Do consider subbing. With that being said, let us get into the beautiful, beautiful news of the day with our favorite beautiful anchor from Democracy Now! Amy Goodman, more like Amy Baseman, am I right? Okay, the monster is, it's giving me a lot of energy. That's why I don't drink this shit. 100 protesters arrested at Emerson College early this morning. Yeah, I saw. The American crackdown, it has always happened, is an additionally interesting kind of conversation to be had. The American police state in general, because it is the most organized, let nobody tell you otherwise, the most organized and the most aggressive police force in any developed nation in the world. I would even argue anywhere. Period. Those same guys that were like, oh my God, what is happening in Hong Kong is great. People are out in the streets defending the right, etc., etc. And then, evil Chinese beating the shit out of them. Well, to a much larger extent, we've seen what happens in the U.S. with race riots, with race protests that obviously they spin as riots, with protests in the name of stopping a genocide, etc., and how the U.S. police force reacts to that as the ultimate watchdogs of both capital and imperialism. The U.S. does not only have the most aggressive police force in the world because it has the most money to equip them with, but because the police has so inherently and ideologically, even more than in any other capitalist state, engulfed the police force as proud, ideologically kind of engulfed representatives of both capital and empire. But yes, let's go. Mass arrests, baby. Let's see what happened today. This has come out 23 minutes ago. You're getting all the latest and greatest with Amy Basement and Hugo Pilnik. Let's get it started, baby.
President Biden signed the $95 billion military spending package for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan Wednesday after months of
of course, a Medicare win.
congressional
Great start we have here. Great start.
wrangling. Biden said weapons would flow into Ukraine within hours and declared, quote, "It's a good day for world peace."
We have, when you say in the same sentence, weapons will flow into two, one war zone and one just classic ethnic cleansing campaign, and that is a great day for world peace. Your name is Joe Biden, and we live in a society.
Spending package includes $26 billion in more funding for Israel, which has now killed over 34,000 Palestinians in Gaza in just over 6 months. 14,000 of them are children, according to official numbers. The true toll is likely much higher as thousands remain missing or trapped under rubble. Israel announced Wednesday it's readying 2 reserve brigades ahead of its expected ground invasion of Rafah, which the U.S. has publicly opposed. As Biden signed...
Yes. Don't you guys love it when I publicly oppose something and then send you billions of dollars to continue doing that? Don't you love when I do that? Don't you love when...
off on sending more arms to Israel. An independent task force released a report showing...
Is this like a chaotic, evil version of AOC? Fucking hell. Well, welcome, Lucid Fox representatives. A great brotherly Twitch stream, Lucid Fox. He's everything but not lucid because Fox is as concentrated as one can. Please, everybody go check out Lucid Fox, the big motherfucking G. Give them a follow, give them a subscribe. Thank you very much to everybody from the Lucid Fox community. Welcome to yet another lucid man. Just compared to Fox, who is lucid and smart, I am simply lucid, and I will be screaming into the microphone for the next 4 to 5 hours. Yes, indeed.
Israel's use of U.S.-provided weapons violates...
Oh, yes, this lady literally looks like just chaotic, evil AOC.
International humanitarian...
Welcome, everybody, and thank you, Lucid. I hope you had a great stream.
...law. The task force was co-chaired by Palestinian American...
If anybody's thinking of gifting subs, gift it to this beautiful community coming in. This is your moment. Thank you very much.
...legal expert Noura Erakat and Josh Paul, who resigned from the State Department over the Biden administration's support for Israel's war on Gaza.
Oh, shit, I fucked up. This is a nice lady. They resigned. Fuck. I'm sorry. They resigned. I take it back. This is chaotic good. AOC.
In Gaza, the World Food Program warned this week widespread famine is approaching amidst the ongoing assault and obstruction of aid.
And I don't know who asked in chat. No, my goddamn fucking air conditioning is still not here. On the 30th, it arrives. In 5 days. In 5 days, your most favorite unhinged streamer will actually not be feeling incredibly hot all the time. Like, god fucking damn it. Fucking people that had to go through menopause and like feel like this for like 3 years. I don't know what to tell you. I'm shorts boy today. I don't know if you noticed. I'm shorts boy. I'm shorts boy. Shorts boy up in here. We got the shorties. Yeah. See? And the big socks. The big black socks. You gotta balance the shirt and the socks. Thank you very much, Noel, for the 100 bits.
We estimate 30% of...
And yes, I intentionally put socks on so that the fucking Gib Fit Please crowd sweats. I told you, before 2,000 fucking subs, there's no fucking feet, okay?
Children below age of 2 is now acutely malnourished or wasted.
Thank you to the legendary Big G slop-eating Yanagibashi, one of the main fucking players up in this game of nepotism for the 10 gifted subs. Everybody who got one, please thank Yanagibashi. This is their 41st gift sub. Yana, you do be based.
And 70% of the population in the north is facing catastrophic hunger. There is reasonable evidence that all 3 famine thresholds, food insecurity, malnutrition, mortality, will be passed in the next 6 weeks.
This comes as more horrifying details emerge about 3 mass graves found at the decimated Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis. Rescue workers have uncovered nearly 400 bodies, including children, with some victims appearing to have been...
And thank you to the people starting the hype train, especially Gay Lenin in 1917. Saying Gay Lenin is like saying wet water. You should just say Lenin. He is the first gay man to ever live. Lenin, in his book, State and Revolution, introduced a theory about how to make more people gay. We all know this. He was funded by the gay Jewish lobby to create more and more gays. I mean, how do you explain that the vast majority of gays are also left-wing? It is because our great Marshal Lenin came up with the theory that through material revolution, you will be freer. And when you are freer, you de facto have a bigger chance on realizing that you are indeed gayer. Thank you very much also to Alex Does It, to the sub, and EcoWaste for the 100 bits. Let's fucking go, baby.
Executed or buried alive. We'll have more on this.
Yeah, no, we're gonna watch the Pierce Morgan with Hassan thing later as well. Yes, thank you.
After headlines, amidst fears of a wider Middle East conflict.
Like, you know, this is a joke that we harp on here like too much, even though it's not really something that should be joked about. But the joke was first like, oh, how many do you need to die? 15,000 before you call it a genocide, then actually actively do something to stop it. Not even actively do something to stop it. Stop sending billions to Israel. Then it became 15,000, then it became 20, then it became 30. And, you know, after 30, that conversation is gone. Now we're finding what? Now we're finding mass graves next to hospitals and schools. And still,
Wonderful. A new
we
child
don't get to
soldier,
define
a new
that
subscriber.
as something that we not only should actively stop, but at the very least, not send them billions for rockets that are being used to assassinate Palestinian children. Thank you very much. Avon the Immortal, one of the best names up in here for the sub. Sub comrades, here's to 3 months of being sub to a great comrade and to many more. Mashallah, mashallah. Thank you, my friend.
The Norwegian Refugee Council's chief, Jan Egeland, is warning Lebanon is, quote, on the brink of imploding. Over 90,000 people have been forced to flee their homes in southern Lebanon amidst daily cross-border attacks between Hezbollah and the Israeli army since October 7th. Student
Wonderful. A new
protests
child
against
soldier,
Israel's war on
subscriber.
Gaza are continuing to spread across U.S. campuses despite an intensifying police crackdown. In Los Angeles, police in riot gear arrested 93 people after students at the University of Southern California began an occupation of
If they thought that free speech could do something, they would make it illegal, and you fucking know it. Journalists killed, children killed, your local population very vocally and directly telling you that they do not want their state to be participating in this. You violently crack down on them as you have in the past at this point, almost 8-9 months. Again, a very cliche thing to say, but Americans, you're not free, my brother, okay? You're not free, nor are you a representative of so-called Western civilization or civilization in general when something like this is happening. Like, this event, if there's anything good that can come out of it, which, you know, is a very far-reaching sentence to even splur out of my fucking mouth, but it should be like, even for the staunchest, like most brainwashed fucking quasi-American patriots and so on, and people that are like so engulfed in imperial culture, thinking that, you know, we're bad, but imagine if the other guys came, it could be worse. What could be worse than sending money to your basically 51st state to kill at this point officially 35,000 people? What can be worse? Tell me what can be worse. Okay, what can be worse? You are like the bad guys at this point, like the ultra bad guys. And I can't believe that it didn't take you Afghanistan, it didn't take you Vietnam, it didn't take you Cambodia. You needed to wait till here. But still, we're glad that you are here. We are glad that you're here. Unfortunately, it took 35,000 fucking dead civilians for you to be here, but welcome to not being absolutely unhinged. Speaking of not unhinged, thank you very much, Lazy K, the fucking legend up in this motherfucker, allowing me to do my work completely independently. 65th gift sub. Thank you kindly for the 10 gift subs. Thank everybody who got a gift from Lazy K. You motherfucker. We're at level 6 hype train. I think we never made it to level 8, so let's masturbate that motherfucker really hard in the name of the great Gunnar army of Jizrael. Yes, I'm bringing that back. Great Gunnar army of Jizrael. I have not forgotten. Okay? Thank you very much. But yeah, you're the bad guy. At this point, like, there's not, like, if somebody even attempts for a millisecond to, like, explain to you how the U.S. is not the bad guy, just look him in the eyes and 35,000. But you know, we have, like, infrastructure, 35,000. But, you know, we're trying our best to, like, you know, we might not be perfect. 35,000. Like, that should be your, like, only reply. Like, it's end. That conversation is done. The conversation is absolutely done. Okay? There's no, oh, we're not as bad as... No. You're worse. Okay? You're worse. Shut the fuck up. Thank you very much, Connor, for the gifted sub, and Kit Litzo for all the bits throughout the little sparkles of them. Thank you. So yes, your Marshal Yugopnik is telling you, if you have money, emigrate from the States. Like, unironically, just get the fuck out of there.
USC's Alumni Park to call for USC to divest from Israel.
Students at other schools have shown incredible bravery and incredible strength in continuing their occupations in the face of incredible repression from the universities, and we will do the same as well. And also, more importantly, the people of Palestine have continued, the people of Gaza have continued to show incredible determination and strength and resilience in their fight for liberation against the Israeli regime, against the genocide that they're experiencing, and so we hope to embody the same spirit of resistance.
Yeah, Neko Paraya, good point. The number is getting so big that it's starting to go in one ear and out the other for some Central Americans. Unfortunately, that's what happens. I mean, 5 dead men is a tragedy, 1,000 is a statistic. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But still, 35,000 dead! Shut the fuck up, stop talking. Okay? Not you, but the user gets that. Thank you very much, Sophronia Zero. And welcome for the first 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much, Sophronia. Everybody say thank you to our beautiful, beautiful child soldier for the great state of Gunnar Jisrael.
The USC protest came a week after the school canceled the commencement speech by the valedictorian Asna Tabassum, who'd expressed support for Palestinians. USC has since canceled all outside speakers at this year's ceremonies. At the University of Texas, Austin, school officials called in local and state police who violently crushed a student attempt to set up an encampment on the university's South Mall. At least 50...
This is what we are teaching our future elites, the people who are going to be governing our enterprises, our corporations, our government institutions, and our NGOs. That if you want to actually speak up about something that is so black and white it's not even worth discussing, then we will call the fucking pigs on you. Indeed, this is peak American education. I'm not being ironic. Like, this is... Like, if you really want to understand what it's like to be an American, this university is doing it right. It's not like lying to them like, oh, you have right to peace, to assembly, to protest, to, make your camps. We are, as a university, are exactly supposed to be a place that shows that any voices whatsoever will always be listened to. No, those are shit universities. What the fuck are you talking about? University is supposed to prepare you for life. Those universities lied to you. University is like, what the fuck, fucking free speech, fucking, everybody's welcome, fucking, protesting against genocide is very based. What the fuck? No, that's fucking bullshit. This is a real university because it teaches you exactly what awaits you out there. A big fucking stick and a boot if you speak up a bit too loudly, and a very nice pat on the back, and a decent paycheck if you're a nice little quiet mouse. Okay? That's a fucking based university, okay? Thank you, ladies Apira, for the 100 bits. As a Canadian, imagine if your government did this, but quietly, and created a vibe of it being hopeless from the beginning. That's what the Canadian government is like. Yeah, and that's the eternal conversation. The liberal sometimes is much more almost always more dangerous than the fascist, because he is stomping on you without you even noticing it.
People were arrested, including at least 1 journalist. Some faculty at UT Austin are going on strike today to protest the student arrests. In a statement, the teachers wrote, quote, "We have witnessed police punching a female..."
Thank you very much, Shatter, for the link. Vush Tax for folder consultant. This is a great video about Jewish protesters at Columbia University speaking about anti-Semitism being used against them. Let's see. 1 day ago.
I think it's very important to remember that being uncomfortable is different than being unsafe. Months ago, I was sprayed with a noxious chemical on this campus. Multiple of my friends were hospitalized following the attack. I was bedridden for a couple days, and I felt extremely unsafe on my own campus. I feel unsafe when Columbia professors like Shai Davidai tell me I'll be on the last train to Auschwitz and then try to get into my university. And I think I empathize with individuals who feel uncomfortable with certain rhetoric, but I remind you that we live in a country and we we go to attend a university that extreme.
You know what's uncomfortable? Sending billions of dollars worth of arms to a state that is participating in active genocide. Fuck your comfort. I piss on your fucking uncomfortable. I piss on your even like feeling unsafe. Fuck you. You get to feel unsafe. You get to fucking feel unsafe when the situation is so fucking radical. What's this fucking... No, this lady is lovely. Like, God bless her. But, like, why does she even need to address this? Why does she need to address this when the topic that is being protested about is so fucking messed up that it's like, we're sorry if somebody felt uncomfortable with our protest about mass murder and genocide. What's this polite to say? Leftists shouldn't be fucking polite. We take fucking shits on cop cars, okay? We fucking take the shits and we ferment them into bottles and then we light them on fire in Minecraft, of course. I sometimes forget I'm on Twitch.
Values free speech, open dialogue, and rhetoric, and I would encourage everyone to listen to a variety of perspectives and to...
A variety of perspectives and mass murder. I swear, polite society will be the death of us, man.
Analyze what it means.
Thank you for the level 7 hype train. Thank you very kindly.
To not like something or disagree with something versus to actively be in a position of being unsafe. Because when you are arrested, dragged out in zip ties, and have red marks on your wrists for days after the fact, when you have a seizure in jail, like one of my friends did.
They fuck them up so much, and these beautiful souls absolutely say nothing. But other people, like faculty and staff and Zionist students, oh my God, compared to them, they might feel uncomfy. They might feel uncomfy. Oh no, I feel uncomfy talking about how I'm supporting a state that is participating in ethnic mass murder. I'm uncomfy, baby. No, please don't remind me about my opinion very wrong, because it makes me uncomfy. I'll make you fucking uncomfortable with this fucking boot up your ass, you fucking cunt.
When you have an asthma attack in jail, when you have your wrist dislocated, that is what being unsafe is.
The slurs being thrown from either side are egregious, but often the experience of anti-Zionist Jews and Palestinians especially is left out of the equation. These slurs, I myself, and I can only imagine how my Palestinian peers feel, have been racially profiled, harassed on the streets. Barnard students' hijabs have been pulled off of them. They've been questioned. The anti-Muslim hatred.
Gay Lenin, at the beginning of this phase of genocide against the Palestinians, liberal Zionists on campus tried to get me kicked out of campus and reported me to administration multiple times. Yeah, you make them too uncomfortable about supporting fucking mass murder. Fuck them, dude. Fucking ignore that, man. These people will be swallowed whole by history, okay? Ay. God forbid their fucking kid asked them what they did on this day. They'll say that they did what you did. But there's a guy upstairs, and even if there's not a guy upstairs, reality fucking remembers. It remembers, and it remains hungry, and it will eat you at another point. Motherfucker.
Has not been acknowledged in any certain terms by this university, and I find it unacceptable that this unilateral focus from the press and most of the targets.
So what, the unilateral focus of the press is about them uncomfy, them very uncomfy. But speaking of uncomfy, you chat will be very uncomfortable in exactly 2 minutes and 30 seconds when an ad plays. Do not watch that ad. Support this show. You get both in a package for $5 a month or for free through Prime. Thank you for your consideration. Now click that fucking button and have an adless experience. Also support the Jewish Gooner, the Jisraeli Gooner state. Yes, I speak very English language, da.
That I've experienced,
Wonderful, a new child soldier. Subscriber.
Thank you, Million Neko Pariah. Welcome, my beautiful child soldier.
From my supposed Jewish community who have abandoned and excluded many of us on the basis of our political convictions. So it is our own who are labeling us as disgraces, and these are some of the most hurtful and deeply anti-Semitic remarks that I've ever been on the other side of.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the...
Top stories. They are uncomfortable. The other ones are getting the shit beat out of them. America, where comfort is worth chasing down a black man through a suburban area with an AR-15 on a truck. Remember when that happened? They literally wiped that fucking kid off of the face of the earth because they were uncomfortable by a shirtless dude jogging through the fucking cul-de-sac. Oh, this is making like fucking Victorian era posh Britain look like a meme.
Student knocking over a legal observer, dragging a student over a chain-link fence, and violently arresting students simply for standing at the front of the crowd, unquote. In Massachusetts, police made at least 108 arrests as officers broke up a student encampment at Emerson.
This has come down from the top, okay? This is happening simultaneously at multiple educational institutions, and this is literally like straight from the governor's mouth and to the governor's straight from the establishment's mouth, okay? They've been told, okay, we got to piss on these guys.
College in Boston overnight. Meanwhile, students at Harvard University defied school orders and began a tent encampment at Harvard Yard, which has been closed since Tuesday. And earlier this morning, police moved in and started arresting Princeton students as they were setting up their own Gaza Solidarity encampment. On Wednesday, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson faced heckling and boos when he visited Columbia University. Johnson called for Biden to send in the National Guard to bring order to the campus where students set up the Gaza Solidarity encampment last week. Johnson also called for Columbia President Manoush Shafik to step.
Wir müssen das SS zum Campus bringen. Für die arabische Schweine müssen zerstören werden. Für die große Israeli und American Stadt. Ja, like there's no fucking difference. Okay, there's no camps yet, but just give it a couple of decades, brother.
Step down. Columbia and Barnard students criticized Johnson's visit.
What makes us scared or threatened is the president bring NYPD to our campus. Is the people like him to bring the National Guard to our campus. We don't need that. That is the thing make us feel scared and threatened.
We'll have more on the student protests later in the show.
Well, she knows she must be Chinese communist. Because remember, the Asianer you are, the Chinese communister you are. Ha ha. Touché. Vote for me in the Republican primary. Thank you very much.
The U.S. Supreme Court appeared deeply divided as it heard arguments Wednesday on Idaho's near-total abortion ban. The Biden administration argues Idaho's law violates the Emergency Medical Treatment and Active Labor Act by only providing emergency abortion care.
Thank you very much, NCLS, for the resub. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ahmad Mushin.
Abortion ban. Deeply divided as it heard arguments Wednesday on Idaho's near-total abortion ban. The Biden administration argues Idaho's law violates the Emergency Medical Treatment and Active Labor Act by only providing emergency abortion care when a patient is facing death. This is U.S. Solicitor General Elizabeth Prelogar.
Do I need to say anything, especially after the previous story? So, no abortions. Let's beat the shit out of protesters, and let's give billions to Israel. The Holy Trinity. This is how us Orthodox people cross, okay? You have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and then you get them together and you cross yourself like this. Well, the Holy Trinity of America is no healthcare, more bombs, and fuck you. Holy Trinity. Yeah, brother! Yes, brother! Yeah, brother!
Women in Idaho today are not...
Yeah, brother, indeed, brother.
...getting treatment. They are getting airlifted out of the state.
By the way, my beautiful, beautiful mods, my beautiful Pokemon, please always include the link if you can. Thank you very kindly.
To Salt Lake,
especially from comrades like Democracy Now!
City and to neighboring states where there are health exceptions in their laws because the doctors are facing mandatory minimum.
Thank you, Fool's Gold, for the 6-month sub. You are stuck with me for 6 months now, okay? You have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. Baby, this is a long-term relationship now. You're not going anywhere. You put your sub in crazy. Get it? A joke about don't put your dick in crazy. I said don't put your sub in crazy. I'm very funny. I'm a very funny guy, okay?
2 years in prison, loss of their license, criminal prosecution. The doctors can't provide the care because until they can conclude that a prosecutor looking over their shoulder won't second guess that maybe it wasn't really necessary to prevent death.
The court's ruling will have major implications for at least half a dozen other states with similar bans. As arguments were delivered, protesters rallied outside the Supreme Court against the Idaho ban.
It clearly states that women don't matter, that the fetus they carry matters more. They're conduits instead of people. They're not even given proper access to health treatment and health care that they require.
The Supreme Court is taking...
This is this is the eternal classic. They will give you certain concessions when they think that you will riot against Capitol, but once they feel comfortable enough, the way they very much so feel in Idaho, yeehaw, yeah, I ride my horse in Idaho and I don't get no abortions. I'm sorry to any Idahoans in chat. Very stereotypical of me. Bigotry against Idaho will not be tolerated here, okay? Except the Idaho state. But yeah, and then they eventually give them, they eventually take those rights right back. Because then again, in the long run, then that's the thing you're going to be asking for. Then you're going to give it again. And then for 10, 15 years, you're going to have it. Then you're going to take it away again. And that's just a constant loop for normal governance, especially in a state where hard points of disagreement such as this, gun rights, etc., which very much so affect a lot of people's lives. I'm not undermining them in any way, in any fucking way, are main fucking points to bring up. Because if you solve these issues, you're going to start talking about other issues that they don't want you to be.
Up another major case today as it considers Donald Trump's claims of immunity against criminal prosecution. In more abortion news, the Arizona House on Wednesday repealed the 1864 near-total abortion ban just 2 weeks after Arizona's Supreme Court revived the Civil War-era law. Democrats were joined by 3 House Republicans. The repeal must now pass the Arizona Senate before Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs can sign it, which would reinstate Arizona's 2022 law, which bans abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. Yolanda Bejarano, chair of the Arizona Democratic Party, spoke following yesterday's vote.
The stakes in this election cycle could not be higher, and the contrast between our two parties could not be clearer. Democrats are fighting for abortion rights. We are fighting to protect Arizona values. And the Republican Party is taking away our rights and are under sole control of Donald Trump.
In other news from Arizona, a grand jury indicted former President Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows.
They're in sole control of a self-cannibalizing system that needs reaction in order to self-sustain itself, whose product is very much so scary, evil orange man. But yeah, just to, speak to the MLs in the walls.
Lawyer Rudy Giuliani and 16 others for plotting to use fake electors in Arizona to overturn Trump's 2020 election loss. Meanwhile, in Michigan, a pretrial hearing revealed Trump, Meadows, and Giuliani were unindicted co-conspirators, and the Michigan Attorney General...
Wait, I think Giuliani once came to the Balkans. Balkans. 99 EDL, what the fuck? Rudy Giuliani was Rudy Giuliani. How the fuck you spell that fucking guy's name? Rudy Giuliani. Jebem ti materu pičku, bre, kakvo ovo italijansko jebeno ime, bre, jebem te. Rudy, Rudy Giuliani, Croatia. I think he went to, Serbia. No. Oh, well, I wanted to find some silly clips, but no.
Case against fake electors. Prosecutors say all 3 men directly participated in a...
Bro, there was a vid of some congressman literally going la 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 while covering their ears over abortion issues. Yeah, I mean, to an extent, to become a politician, especially in the United States, you need to have an incredible innate talent at not listening to your constituents.
Plot to replace Michigan's electoral votes for Biden with electoral votes for Trump. In Iran, a court has sentenced hip-hop artist Toumaj Salehi to death for supporting the 2022 popular uprising in his songs. Toumaj Salehi, who is already serving a 6-year jail sentence, is appealing the ruling. In related news, rights groups are sounding the alarm over escalating attacks by security forces on women who are out in public without a hijab. Arrested women have reported physical, verbal, and sexual attacks by Iranian authorities. TikTok says it'll challenge legislation signed by President Biden yesterday, which forces TikTok's Chinese parent company.
Imagine, okay, I want you to imagine something. Wait.
By President.
Okay, imagine. Now try to imagine. It is 2018. You are playing, let's see what you're playing. Games that came out in 2018. You're playing Red Dead Redemption 2. It just came out. You're vibing. You're just having a decent time. Life is good. Everything is chill. You don't have to pay taxes. It's great. Everything is just smooth. And then you get teleported to 2024, and the only thing they show you is this. Just listen to these sentences, okay?
TikTok says it'll challenge legislation signed by President Biden yesterday, which forces TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance to divest from its U.S. operations or be banned. Critics have described the ban as a form.
What the fuck has happened in the last 6 years, dude? We oh my fucking God. The TikTok communists taking over America and Congress banning them? What is a TikTok? Is that a fidget spinner, like an advanced fidget spinner? God, it's like, yeah. 2018, please take us back.
Form of censorship fueled by.
It's exactly, Pandas. It's been downhill since Harambe died, I'm telling you.
Anti-Chinese.
Tic-tac-toe.
Sentiment. This is TikTok CEO Shouji Chu addressing the app's users on TikTok.
As you may have heard, Congress passed a bill that the president signed into law that is designed to ban TikTok in the United States. That will take TikTok.
Who is this communist? Why are we listening to this goddamn Chinese communist? He looks very Asian, as we know. The Asianer you are, the communister you are.
Away from you and 170 million Americans who find community and connection on our platform. Make no mistake, this is a ban on TikTok and a ban on you and your voice. Politicians may say otherwise, but don't get confused. Many who sponsor.
He is trying to speak good old American, but I can hear a bit of that communist accent coming right through. Can you hear that communist accent coming right through? God damn it. Maybe you should go back home and tell them about the freedoms of the presses.
The bill.
What about the Tiananmen Square when that tank rode over that man? Okay, go and talk to your Chinese presses. Here in good old USA, we got enough freedom of speech and we got enough access to information. Just tune in to Fox News daily from 9 p.m. Thank you very much, CMS 100210 for the resub. Welcome back, my beautiful.
Admit a TikTok ban is the ultimate goal.
And back here in New York, 33 climate activists were arrested Wednesday after shutting down Citigroup's global headquarters to demand the bank stop funding fossil fuels. Activists blockaded every entrance to the building. You can see our coverage of the story at democracynow.org. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman.
And I'm Nermeen Sheikh. Welcome to our listeners and viewers across the country and around the world.
Thank you very much, Democracy Now!, as always. Thank you. Now we are migrating over to our second favorite commentator on the internet on news and things. And he went and interacted with the main commentators on news and things. I wish there was like a more highlight thing. This is fucking 30 minutes long, Chad. You fucking send me a 30-minute long thing. Like, fuck me, man. But is this Hassan reacting to Hassan reacting? No, dude, I'm not doing this to myself. Is there one of just that? Okay, Piers Morgan. Okay, so this is directly the show. Okay, let's watch this. The only thing I saw is Hassan just going fucking apeshit on that guy. Hassan Abi British. That was really good. Where is it? I haven't watched any of the other shit, so I guess we'll watch it. Also, please, my beautiful mods, adjust the titles accordingly while keeping the other one. Just move them to the right. Thank you. I love you. Okay, be my wife or husband.
Listen to what I'm saying, and you will understand perhaps what I'm trying to imply
very patronizing.
here. Utilizing the hostages. Yeah, I am being patronizing. I don't know who the fuck you are, and you're over here chirping all the way from fucking London about Palestine and doing a both sides are fucking fine type bullshit where you're talking about how you want to fucking free Palestine, but also simultaneously, you know, both sides got a lot going on. Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything, okay? Listen to...
The classic Turco-Balkanic. Shut the fuck up, yo, you don't know anything. Oh, very good. Very classic. Very classic. He's a walking classic, my boy. Again, the only Turk we accept here, okay?
The war in Gaza is...
I'm kidding. I love Turks. I'm part Turkish, so... Look at these eyebrows. Does this look fucking Slavic to you, motherfucker?
Tense communities across the world. Many Jewish people say they don't feel safe on the streets of Western cities. Many Muslims feel the horror facing innocent Palestinians is treated only as a second-class concern.
And also now they're getting the shit beat out of them everywhere, including on
outside NYU and Yale. Well, one notable Jewish professor at Columbia shared a video of Muslims praying as if it was a shocking assault on US values. Distracting us from the deadly serious realities.
She did what? She fucking did what? Bitch did what? That's a professor. It surprised me that she's teaching a fucking social science. That would be fucking amazing. Or psychology. Muslims praying a great attack on our Western ways of life. Also, to support our Western ways of life, let's support a Zionist state. I am very smart indeed.
Of a grim ongoing war. In a moment, I'll debate all that with Hassan Piker, Emily Austin, Esther Cracker, and James Barber. First, I'm joined by Alec Baldwin's antagonist there, who calls herself Crackhead Barney. Well, welcome to Uncensored.
It is 2018. You are just enjoying playing. You're just enjoying playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Life is good. Somebody teleports a TV in front of you from 2024, and what do you hear?
Esther Cracker and James Barber. First, I'm joined by Alec Baldwin's antagonist there, who calls herself Crackhead Barney. Well, welcome to Uncensored.
Hey, Pierce! I've been waiting for you, Pierce fucking Morgan!
Okay.
I wore my diaper today for you, Pierce. Do you like it?
Not particularly, no. Do you want to sit down?
Okay, I have no idea. I mean, it's all covered. I don't know TOS shit. Wait. Okay, yeah, skipping. But what the? Please take me back to 2018. Okay, please take me back. Please take me back. Oh God, I'm sorry, Twitch, if you're watching. I genuinely did not know that would pop up. Okay, I swear. God. Okay. 2018, take me back, please. I will not be as toxic as before, okay?
So James Barr. Well, Emily, I mean, on one level, I guess it was quite funny, but on another level, I didn't like what she did to Alec Baldwin. I've got no truck for Alec Baldwin whatsoever. And I think with this case that he's got hanging over him, I hope that justice is served, because ultimately he did fire the gun that killed that poor woman and has been on some kind of weird PR tour ever since.
Yeah, Crackhead Barney thing is, it's certainly a character. Yeah, my opinion about Crackhead Barney is that it's a human being. I guess it's funny. It's not for me, man. Speaking of things that are not for you, there are Crackhead ads that are going to play in exactly 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Wonderful. A new
Why
child
watch
soldier.
those
I mean,
when you can be like
subscriber.
username 128934 for only $5 a month or for free through Prime? Don't watch those ads. Don't be a Barney. Yes. Yeah, whatever, man. What the fuck? Suck my dick.
But I don't like to see it.
Thank you,
Wonderful.
Louis,
A new
for the
child
sub.
soldier. I
Any
mean,
public
subscriber.
figure whether it's Eric Adams, the mayor, on a plane, or Alec Baldwin getting a coffee, harangued and harassed in that manner. Now, I tried to conduct a serious interview. She obviously wasn't interested in doing that, wanted to turn the whole thing into a foul-mouthed rant and joke and performative thing. Fine. That's entirely her right to do it.
What's he like? I'm gonna get like 4 attractive people, I guess. Though, yeah, 2 of them I don't necessarily find, but yeah.
But what did you think?
You get to guess which 2 I don't find attractive. Thank you very much, Shawshank Redemption, the fucking legend, for the 5 gifted subs. That is the 10th gifted sub by Shawshank. Thank you very much. One of the coolest names in chat.
These
we have eyes. Yeah.
Harassings, not just by her, but by other people.
Yeah, unironically, I think same as you kind of got it. Yeah.
Of public figures.
You tried to conduct a serious interview with Crackhead Barbie?
Well, no, I was asking her about a viral video of her harassing Alec Baldwin, which I do actually think is a serious thing. I do actually think public figures should not be harassed in that manner. I've had a bit of it myself, and I think it crosses a line. Right, and Alec Baldwin, as far as I'm aware, has not said anything particularly sensational.
Gay Lennon, you're so fucked. I'm not even gonna read that fucking thing. God damn it, chat. You're so fucking horny. Chat is so fucking horny. God, dude.
About the war at all. So why she is harassed?
Level of horniness versus how Zionists there are. Where is the balance? When can the level of horniness allow you to have sex with a Zionist? That is what we will be talking today. Transport me back to 2018, please.
Harassing him in the street in the way that she did, I think is worthy of examination. Wow. Now, as it turned out, she had no interest in having a serious conversation. Okay.
I mean, what am I supposed to expect when I call my chat the representatives of the great Gooner state of Jisrael, okay? Have you heard what that actress was a Gooner? What was somebody sent me a link to that tweet where they say that the actress is a Gooner and she looks awesome. That made my month, dude.
So we've cut it off. But I don't think I should be blamed for getting on someone who is literally at the center of a quite big news story in America for harassing a famous star. You, Hassan?
No, it was for clout. She was doing it for clout.
How many Das Kapitals do you have to read with you, to get with you? No. You need to ask how many times somebody read the Mein Kampf versus how attractive you find them. Like at which rereading of Mein Kampf do you not sleep with them? Okay, I'm going to start a new type of Twitch discourse. The ethics of sleeping with ideologically deranged people. That is the new discussion.
Clout. That's why she went on the show. Also for clout, which you were correct on pointing out that using the ongoing ethnic cleansing campaign in Gaza and what's happening to the Palestinian people as a vehicle to create more social clout for yourself, social capital for yourself.
My guy kind of has like what's that term? He looks like he had an intense night the previous day, but he properly slept and drank a bunch of coffees, and now he's good.
Pretty.
Yeah, the post-hangover glow. He looks like he has a post-hangover glow.
Pretty disingenuous, pretty messed
I have
up.
to jump in there, though, because isn't that what everybody's doing?
No, he doesn't drink, because if he drinks, he won't be able to do what he does fucking 10 hours every fucking day. But still, something, a little bit of a... post-hangover glow.
Isn't that what this show is also doing? Because you're talking about create political clout, create noise,
I'll come back
to get clicks, to make money.
Listen, let's not all be disingenuous,
no,
right?
Yeah, sorry, I know I'm being Pozanabi up in here. Thank you, Hakeem, but South African. I love that for the sub. Welcome, my beautiful. Okay, this was when I saw this made my fucking year. Anne Hathaway is a secret gooner, and now her reinvention is complete. And this additionally with like the new Twitter layout with, you not really being able to see, because it's in tiny letters, what the article is about. It's fucking... Like, this is what I come to the internet for, okay? Shit like this. This is what I miss. This is what I live for, okay? And it's very nice to see proper gooner representation for once. Everybody's talking about, ethnic representation, sexual representation, etc., etc. But nobody's thinking about the gooners. We need more gooners in film. I want fucking Henry VIII being depicted by a gooner. I want George Washington to be depicted by a gooner. I want Napoleon to be depicted by a... Oh, no, wait. He was already depicted by Joaquin Phoenix. Yes, another beautiful gooner. If you look at Joaquin Phoenix and you tell me that's not a gooner, I don't know. You don't have a good eye for gooners, okay?
We're all in... And actually, Crackhead Barney isn't that different to you.
Well, actually...
And Crackhead Barney said it herself. She said, we're no different. And I kind of agree with Crackhead Barney. I didn't think I'd say it.
If you think there's any correlation between what she just did on the show...
Someone screaming over someone and not letting them speak.
Right.
There's definitely a correlation.
Well, you think that I've treated you like she treated Ali Baldwin?
Yeah, he had sex with an AI. If that's not a fucking gooner, I don't know what is. Remember that movie? Oh, Jesus, we're going to finish watching this video next year. Her movie. Like, you're telling me this guy isn't a gooner, okay? This man is not a gooner. He fell in love with a fucking software, okay? This is like the future of Reddit, my brother, okay? One of the best films I ever watched, by the way. Like, it was, like, I cried, like, 5 times. Oh, shit, I got a thing in my mask. What?
Just saying that I think that actually you aren't that different. You're trying to do the same thing.
I've come back to that.
You're just doing it in a different way.
No, it's a preposterous suggestion. I do not do what she does, right? But Hassan, here's the point I would make to you. A lot of people think a lot of these protesters at universities in America are performative. The ones who are chanting their support for Hamas, the ones who are chanting about Intifada and pretending it's not about a violent uprising.
Okay, can anybody tell me who the other 3 people are? I'm sorry if I was supposed to know who they are. So chat, anybody write up, I'm going to read it, who the other 3 people are, because I'm not listening to fucking Pierce over here explain that shit.
I mean, do you accept that a lot of that is not only performative, but public demonstration of support for terrorism?
Absolutely not. I don't think that... I mean, all protests are technically performative, obviously, but there's a very clear-cut goal for the
so nobodies. Everybody says nobodies and Three Stooges or whatever, and they're all conservatives. Yeah, that's a jab at Hassan, I guess. Yeah, and Hassan bid it to an extent, even though he, like, won over it. But Pierce intentionally got 3 nobodies with Hassan, so Hassan feels like, he's on the same level as them, I guess. Even though he arguably has a bigger audience than Pierce himself, but yeah.
Group of students at Columbia.
I'm done riding Hassan's dick for today, okay?
And many other universities. I was in Melbourne not that long ago, and I attended a Palestinian protest there, a Palestinian rally there, and the students there were also demanding the exact same thing, that they divest, their colleges divest from a lot of the companies that are aligned with the state of Israel, a lot of the companies that are directly involved in operations in the West Bank, a lot of the companies that are playing.
And isn't it legendary? They need to bring 3 fucking guys to push back against Hassan. You need 3 boys! You need 3 motherfucking strongmen against a Turkish boy. Okay, that was the last dick sucking. Okay, I swear to God, Jesus.
Role in the regular maintenance of the apartheid regime of Israel. And
by the way, no fucking community on this fucking website is as fucking strong as us, man. 11,000 fucking followers and 1,000 subs. 10% of this community are fucking subs, okay? There's literally a speck of us. We are so little, like fucking 11,000 people. And 10% are fucking subs. That is fucking strong fucking biceps shit up in this motherfucker. That does not mean stop subbing, okay? We need to get to 1,100 and then it's going to be 10%. But all I'm saying is chat, massive respect, and thank you very much. Seriously, thank you.
In helping Israel conduct an ethnic cleansing campaign. That is the ultimate goal. That is why they're trying to very clearly cause a little bit of a disruption and engage in.
But are you comfortable? Okay, but are you comfortable?
The most American thing you can do.
Are you comfortable with the ones who are seen chanting support for Hamas or chanting about Intifada?
Thank you very much, Nando Tekua, for the sub. Welcome, my beautiful child soldier.
I am perfectly comfortable with people chanting about the Intifada. As far as the Hamas thing goes,
why is the question being posed at the people who are against an active genocide? Because the other ones are uncomfortable with certain slogans that are being thrown out there. No matter how much you might disagree with Hamas or whatever the fuck, and the conversations about it making you uncomfortable, etc., etc. As I said previously, we're in a situation that's far past comfort, that's far past civil discourse, that's far past sitting at a table and discussing about what can be done, okay? As I said previously, the only answer to questions like this is look him in the eye and say, 35,000 dead. That's it. That's it. Thank you very much, Ty Gray, for the gifted community sub, my beautiful. Thank you very much.
Any kind of protest is always going to have a litany of random people, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. You have to look at the actual tangible goals that the protest movement is stating they're interested in. And I think that those goals, and I think you will agree with me on this, Piers, I think those goals are pretty valid overall. I think that they want to, one, recenter the attention to the genocide that is ongoing in Gaza, and two, demand that their tuition dollars do not go to operations in Israel. I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's a campus. There's going to be a sister camp.
Thank you very much, Noel for the sub. I didn't even know this. This is insane, and this is really smart on Hassan's part because he's using, the classic capitalist argument. My money is my money. I don't want it to go to any place that I do not deem fit to receive my money. So hey, these kids' parents or they themselves are paying for this, usually through loans. Why the fuck is this going to a genocidal army? What the fuck? Why is this going to any army whatsoever, or any intelligence service of any army, or any support towards whatever army? Period. End of conversation. Or state that is actively in war.
Campus that is being built in Tel Aviv right now for Columbia University. This means that Columbia University, which once housed the likes of the late great Edward Said and many others, and that currently has many Palestinian students who pay tuition for projects such as this one, will not be able to go to that sister campus. I find that abhorrent, but it's everyday existence in Israel.
Let me bring in Emily. You've been listening to all this. Your response?
With all due respect, Hassan, why do you feel that Columbia, or any college for that matter, owes you?
Jeez, that's some fucking bright. Are the lights that, or is that girl looped herself up as if she would literally enter the asshole of Jezreel. God damn it, bro. She's gonna fucking slide right in that motherfucker. She's like, if you want to hug this lady, she just goes up. Oh my God.
To divest from Israel. Why do you think your opinion is correct? Because so far, I heard the classic buzzwords: apartheid, discriminatory, ethnic cleansing, and genocide, which is funny because it's
just buzzwords, not really actually happening on the ground. How can she even hear from all the lube in the fucking ears, man?
Exact opposite. So if I may ask you, what about Israel is apartheid? You also just said the students in Israel, the campus in Israel would not allow Palestinians to join. Are you confused, or do you know nothing about the country of Israel? Because let me remind you, Jews are not allowed in the West Bank and Gaza. However, Arabs have full Israeli citizenship, have the rights, are members of the Knesset, which is the equivalent of, you can think of Congress.
Oh, we all love this chat, don't we? The eternal classics.
So what apartheid exactly are you speaking about? What genocide? What ethnic cleansing? And second,
what apartheid are you speaking of? The blacks have American passports. What the fuck are you speaking of? They're full citizens. What are you talking about? Don't look at the toilets. Don't look at the bus sitting. Don't look at the unemployment rate. Don't look at the college admission rate. Don't compare the salaries. Don't look at the 7 billion instances of police violence. No. This is 1955 United States, and the blacks have citizenship. Therefore, the blacks are equal to us. There is no apartheid here.
How dare you? How dare you say it's okay to talk about
we can't go. Don't you know? Hello, brother. What are you talking about them blacks being discriminated? Don't you know that we can't go into their toilets either, brother? What if I want to sit at the back of the bus? Hey, what if I want to sit at the back of the bus? No. Klasa, brate, jebem vam mater američku.
Intifada. Let me remind you, the Intifada, last time it happened in Israel, consisted of thousands of people dying in bus bombing. So are you saying that you support terrorism and killing innocent people?
Piers Morgan hits them up and he's like, yo, send me one of yours to represent Israel's point of view. And they're like, wait, you gotta wait for 2 hours. Our 3D printer is printing one, but she doesn't want to come out of the 3D printer, so we're gonna have to use a bit of lube. Is it okay if she shows up lubed up on the show? No problem. Send the bot, please. My girl sounds like she was literally written by a script.
Well, Intifada simply just means revolution.
Being run by a Zionist code, man.
And I'm an American, and in 1776,
violent
we did
revolution.
one of those, and it was pretty fucking good. Yeah. What do you think? The American?
Okay,
Do you
we
think the
also
American
bombed.
Revolution
We
was
also
a people
bombed
party? Of course
Hiroshima.
not.
We also bombed Hiroshima.
Don't. Yeah, I know, and that was also unjust and unimaginably cruel. But of course, the Israel defender is also defending
when it fits your narrative,
civilians and killing them by the hundreds of thousands. Now listen,
so when it fits
listen.
your
Let's get back.
narrative,
Let's
it's
get back.
justified. But when it goes
Let's
against
refocus
it,
the
it's
conversation
unjust.
to the points that you made. Let's
So
refocus
what?
the conversation to the points that you made.
Okay, look,
You said.
just to
what are you
remind
talking
everybody,
about?
I'm actually moderating this, but that's an interesting point that Emily just raised.
Just to remember.
It does seem that you're very selective about the
Oh,
violence
now I see why you guys wanted me to fucking watch this shit. Jesus Christ, this is entertaining as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
that you support. That when you support it, it's justified. When other people use things in a violent way that you don't support, it's unjustified. Seems like it's all skewed to what Hassan Piker thinks.
Well, not necessarily just what I think. I think that there are obvious markers, obvious boundaries. I don't think violence against civilians is justified. I have talked about October 7 on this very same show, saying that it was a tragedy. It was atrocities that occurred on October 7 specifically. When you target civilians in any capacity, I think that that is unacceptable. However, this does not mean that violence will not occur in many circumstances. Violence has occurred in every single revolutionary action, many good revolutionary actions. Obviously, America bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki with an atom bomb. That was not a very
Was what
good
Hamas did on
moment
October
for
the 7th.
anybody. It was not a very good moment for human civilization at all.
Was what Hamas did on
But
October the
that's not
7th? Was what Hamas did on October the 7th an example of what you would call a justified revolution?
I don't look at every single act of violence. I look at
You've
the
literally
players,
just been
I look
reciting
at
a whole
the
load of
systems
them.
of oppression.
Why
when
are you
we're
avoiding-
analyzing it.
why are
And
you
do it
avoiding
too,
October
Pierce.
the 7th?
You do it too.
No, I don't.
I'm not avoiding it. I've talked about it a million times
Well,
over.
let me ask you one more time. Hang on.
This is not what we're here to discuss.
Emily, hang
This
on.
is not what we're here to
Hassan,
discuss.
let me
She
just ask
said
you. Let me
very
just ask you
specifically,
directly
Israel's
one more
not an
time.
apartheid state.
Let me ask you one more time. Do you believe what happened on October the 7th was a justified act of revolution? Yes or no?
I do not, and I do think that. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me clarify. Let me clarify something very important here. Events that unfolded on October 7 were atrocities. That much is clear. Those atrocities could have been avoided if Israel was not an apartheid regime. Israel has been an apartheid
Can you
regime
answer
for
how
75
Israel's an
years.
apartheid regime?
In the
Because you
early,
keep repeating
no,
that.
you can't
You keep
just chime
repeating
in.
that.
You can't just
Back
chime in.
it
You ask
with
me a question.
evidence.
You want it.
Why
you
is
ask me a question.
Israel an
I'm going to give
apartheid
you an
regime?
answer.
Because you're repeating
Israel
these
has been an
lies.
apartheid
Go
regime
ahead,
since
please.
its inception.
How so?
Until 1967, Israel was an apartheid regime for the Palestinian citizens of Israel, the Arabs, as you called them. There was a two-tier criminal justice system. They were subjected to the military court processes and not the civil court processes until 1967. After 1967, they got citizenship. There are obviously still many different social issues that pertain to the Palestinian citizens of Israel, the Arabs that are living in Israel, those who are not Jewish, of course. However, Israel currently is occupying the West Bank. There are more than 2 million Palestinians that live in the West Bank. Israel's illegally occupying the West Bank. There are checkpoints. There are license plates that restrict Palestinian travel. The Israeli operations
What
in
does
the
he
West
even
Bank
need
have
to say all
destroyed
of this?
Palestinian
This
statehood.
is-
Now, of course, all of this is readily available for those who want to learn about it, yourself included.
This is just an adapted do you support October 7th, et cetera, rhetoric, okay? Prove to me that it's apartheid, because they're harping on a very real reality that people don't really know what apartheid in general is. And the apartheid of Palestinian people in Israel is very different to the one in South Africa. Watch an episode that we had with Decolonized Palestine over on the D program on this topic, but it does not make it non-apartheid. So they really, really like to harp on the fact that the only sort of apartheid that people are informed about is the South African one, right? And then they compare the treatment of Palestinians to that of black South Africans during the apartheid regime, and they pinpoint particular things that are not the same and use that as an argument for, ha, gotcha, it's not actually apartheid. But that's not how state systems work. You cannot compare one historical example to another one, and because they are not completely aligned, you use the argument, oh, you can't compare these. This is the same type of shit as like being a Nazi is being a member of the German National Socialist Party, right? How dare you call me a Nazi? I'm not a member of the German National Socialist Party. Or like, oh, you're a fascist. You're like, no, I like Jews. I don't want to kill Jews or Slavs or Roma people. I want to kill Arabs, for example. I'm not a fucking fascist, etc., etc. You know the fucking play. But this is all like pre-trained, preconditioned. This is all strategy coming straight out of pro-Israeli PR that they genuinely are kind of kings at. But you cannot really be no matter how good your PR is, when you have 35,000 dead, it doesn't go anywhere, okay?
I hope you look it up. B'Tselem is an Israeli human rights organization which declared Israel to be an apartheid regime in 2021, in April of 2021. Amnesty International declared Israel to be an apartheid regime.
Let me,
and
before
so
I move, hang on. I just want to bring in our two British panelists here, but just finally, just to clarify, Hassan, I can't quite work out whether you said you do think...
Hakeem, but South Africa, in the Constitution Hill in South Africa, the Palestinian apartheid is mentioned as a still ongoing crime against humanity, similar to our own suffering, so I don't get how people outside don't get it. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. But because of the small differences, they use the small differences to say, no, it's a completely different thing. You don't get to compare the two.
October the 7th was an unjustified...
And same, like when they play on numbers, right? They play on numbers, especially when they mentioned World War II. Like, how dare you compare this genocide to that genocide, because in that genocide, a lot more people died than in this one. We were kings of this. We kind of invented it in the Balkans, you know? How dare you say that the Serbs, Bosnians, or Croats are committing genocide, because literally our numbers were small, because we did not have the... both psychopathy but also industrial capacity that the Germans had during World War II to kill more people. So we say, what's 8,000 dead? You know, this is just a part of war. 10,000, 15, 20, 30,000 dead. I think the last number for the post-Yugoslav wars was around 140K, right? Insane numbers, absolutely insane numbers. But compared to World War II, absolutely, nothing. Therefore, you cannot really say that ours was really an atrocity, herder. How dare you compare it to a real atrocity, herder. This is using historical context to completely manipulate the whole conversation and push it into a different direction. And it only happens because people don't really know what fucking words mean, okay? And that's an even larger conversation that can be had, is that do words even really mean anything? Like, I mean, they're constantly fluid and constantly change. And with them, definitions change. Basically, the meaning of a word is the one that the majority of the population agrees on. So if you can switch up what we agree upon as the definition of said word, then it means something else. Literally. And it literally means something else. And specifically with apartheid, the Israelis are really, at it. Really, really at it. And you know what else is added? An ad that is going to play in exactly 15 seconds. Avoid it. Support the channel. Show me some love. Show yourself some love. Don't give those $5 to therapy, because you will need it after watching Twitch ads. Okay? Instead, skip them and don't go to therapy. Very toxic you go. Okay.
Act of revolution, or whether you change your mind. So can you clarify?
I think that violent means of maintaining an apartheid is inevitably going to yield.
Exactly. That's the only way to reply to the October 7th question. Is like, obviously, killing civilians bad. What they did, killing civilians bad. Like, no, absolutely no fucking discussion. But talking about this particularly in a vacuum is anti-historical, anti-dialectical. You don't even have to use fancy terms. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's not how the world works. It didn't happen in a fucking vacuum, okay? And reactions like these can be stopped when you don't bring a people to a point of their back is so much against the wall that it's a free-for-all. Everything goes.
Violent retaliation.
When I can't when somebody tells me that somebody beat the shit out of my friend, and he calls me up so we go beat the shit out of the other guy, without blinking I go. And with a little thing like your ego being bruised because somebody beat the shit out of you because I live in fucking machoismo Balkan, okay? How can I sit here and like waggle my finger at somebody whose fucking mom got her brain blown out and whose son has one leg for doing this? No, I'm not. I'm not going to be passing any fucking judgment. Because who the fuck am I to pass judgment? Who the fuck am I to pass any judgment? Fuck you.
Was
it justified?
Something that is completely avoidable.
Was it justified?
Civilian deaths are never justified.
You know what, Hassan?
Hang on, Emily.
You look Hirsch Goldberg, Poland's mother in the eyes. No, you look this person's mother in the eyes, and you tell him that this was justified. You tell him his arm being blown off and being held in captivity for 200 days is justified.
I do love that the Israel defender has no capacity to fucking hear anything I'm saying.
Palestinians who are made of identity.
It just, if you're not going to respect me
You
and
think
listen
that
to what
we're
I have to
occupying
say,
the West
which, by the way,
Bank?
of course you don't
occupied
respect.
Gaza.
Well, if you talk
Look
over
what
each other,
happened.
nobody can
I'll
hear you.
keep
I just
speaking
want
over
to
you.
give-
That's what you
I
do.
think. It's not I
want to
think.
give
It's not I
Hassan-
think. It's the entire
Hassan,
world knows.
No, it is you
okay?
think.
And
You
the entire
only
world
think that
Emily,
knows.
from
please.
your narrative.
Let me handle this, Emily. Hassan, just before I come to the two people who are with me here, I just need some clarity here because it seems like you're dancing around whether you think October the 7th was justified
why are
or
we
not.
doing this? Why are we doing this back and forth masturbation? I've already given you
Yeah,
my fucking
Piers, why are you
position.
doing this?
I'm
He's
sick and
happy.
tired
It's
of
Jews
repeating
being
over and over
killed.
again.
Okay, I
Because
just
it's
asked
Jews,
this.
it's okay.
Emily.
So when are we beating that guy up? Whenever you tell me. We can group these three as well. I just need some women comrades to help me out with the two women because I ain't beating a woman, but...
Even next to me, wearing a fucking IDF dog
Only
tag.
when it's Jews, it's okay.
Please stop
This
shouting
fucking
at each
demon next
other.
to me, wearing an IDF dog tag.
I'm kidding, TOS. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to find these people and beat them up. What the fuck? Like, obviously joke.
If she actually thinks Israel's
No,
actions are
bring them
justifiable,
home.
do you
It's
see
to
me
bring the
rocking the
hostages
fucking...
home. The hostages
All right,
that you
it's talking
rightly
over each
believe
other.
belong in
All
the
right.
You know what
tunnels
it
of
is.
Gaza.
I'm going to give you
why
two.
it looks
I'm going to
that
let
way.
you two
Bring
calm
them
down.
home.
It's
Not
pointless.
IDF
We
dog
cannot
tag.
hear you
You're
when you
wearing
talk over
that
each
to
other.
control people.
Every time recently, I have someone from both sides on. Like it goes like this.
I'm wearing this rusty necklace.
Please,
because
can you
there are
listen to me,
200 Israeli
Emily?
Civilians in
I love how Piers Morgan is like trying to stop this, but in his brain, he's only hearing like this. This is the only thing he's hearing as they're doing this. This is Piers Morgan knowing that this is about to buy him a 7th house. Okay, to make my point clear. Right.
We cannot hear you when you talk over each other. Every time recently, I have someone from both sides on. Like it goes like this. Please, can you listen to me, Emily? Right, can you stop doing this to each other, please? Nobody can understand a word either of you are saying. And let me come to Esther and James here. This is one of my problems.
No, I want to
actually.
hear if Emily condemns
No,
the
no,
actions of
Hassan,
Israel.
you
Why
will
don't
please
ask her
let me
about that?
moderate the debate.
You can see the little smile behind the slap and you will let me moderate.
Why don't you ask her about
I don't
30,000
condemn the
people
idea.
I've got two
I
panelists
condemn
here who've
the
not had a
fact that on
word
October
yet.
7th,
Because you're a
they
fucking
kidnapped
terrorist.
Please stop
civilians from their
talking.
homes. And I think you're a terrorist. And I think you're a terrorist as well.
Okay, well, I'm not the one wearing.
Because
I'm
until
not
the
one
hostages
wearing
are home, don't
the
expect the war to be over.
insignia. Yeah, I know.
Bring
you don't
them
care about the
home.
hostages. If you
I
care
love
about
how
the
you're
hostages,
condemning
you
me.
would
You
be
are
screaming at
exposing
Benjamin
your
Netanyahu.
own terrorism
Benjamin
on live
Netanyahu
television.
is the hostage
You are
killer.
exposing.
Benjamin
Excuse
Netanyahu
me,
has
you
killed
should
more
condemn
hostages
Hamas.
than
What do
You
I
need
think
to
you
be
think you're
condemning
achieving
Hamas
here?
for not only oppressing the Palestinian people, but for spreading terrorism. I don't see your outrage at Hamas. Israel gave Gaza
All right,
back
listen,
in
I would like to,
2005,
please.
and Hamas has turned
Can
this
you
into
both
a
please,
terrorist haven.
Emily and Hassan, can you please show some courtesy to the other panelists?
Breathe it in, Chad. Breathe it in.
Can you
Breathe it
please
in.
stop talking, both of you, and let the other two panelists have a
You want
say?
a soundbite, Pierce? I'll give
Give
you
them
a
some
soundbite.
courtesy, please. Some courtesy for your co-panelists here. Now, Esther, this is one of the problems I have with this whole debate, is that increasingly it just descends into a screaming match between pro-Palestinians and pro-Israelis.
And the biggest losers are the victims of this war. 33,000 dead Palestinians, over 1,500 dead Israelis. These are the biggest victims of this because you're shouting at each other and nothing is getting, like, you're completely, forget having no courtesy for us. You're completely disrespecting actual victims of this conflict, which, by the way, didn't happen in a vacuum. And I think that's the most important thing to say about this. None of this happened in a vacuum. Of course, October the 7th was an atrocity and it was completely unjustified. There was no justification for butchering people in the way that they did. But it didn't happen in a vacuum. A lot of the people that live in Gaza weren't even born at the time that Hamas came in power. So I really I despise this, you're a terrorist sympathizer, you're a genocide supporter, all of this, when really the people that we should be talking about deserve better.
Okay.
And we all should just get along. Oh, so is that the resident lib? Is that the resident lib? We should... Guys, how about we just solve this and all get along, okay? Can we please just, be nice to each other? Let's all hold hands, okay? Add a bunch of, Palestinian colors to the Israeli flag, and it's all going to be good.
James, on the wider point of these protests...
Well, I couldn't get to that part because I wanted to describe what the apartheid is, and Emily cut in immediately to chirp about some random shit.
Okay, you were both abusing each other. It was very unedifying.
It was very
let me
clear.
ask James. James, on the protests.
Yeah, dude.
On the protests, look, I believe in the right to protest. That's an absolute bedrock of any democracy. But I don't believe in the right to...
This is like Western discourse speak. It's a bunch of people talking about what they believe in and what they stand for. Who fucking gives a shit? The bullet fucking solves shit. What you fucking stand for.
Support terror groups publicly, or to chant about support for Hamas, or to chant about Intifada.
Like, even when it comes to states and governments, the United States has officially told Israel that it is against the next wave of invasion that they plan on doing. So they stand for peace, but they send billions of dollars worth of rockets to them and grenades. So, like, what I'm saying is discourse is, discourse used to do something when there was no discourse. But now everything has become discourse. Everything has become discourse. So over there where we don't see them, people are getting massacred, right? And over here, we're sitting and discoursing whether that's good or bad. But that changes nothing over there. Oh, sure, in the long run, it can influence policy, etc., etc. Yes, I agree. But back in the day, it used to influence it a lot because there was less discourse. Now it is all discourse. And when it is all discourse, then there is no discourse, okay? When everybody's just shouting at the same time, you can't really hear who's the wise one. In this case, it's only 5 of them, and we can obviously see that Hassan is making great points, and I completely don't judge him for coming on the show. But again, this is a wider conversation about, it's just like intellectual masturbation, in my opinion, at this point. Oh, do we call this apartheid, or do we call this genocide, or we call this, etc., etc. People are just dying.
Which is a violent uprising. Where's the line for you with these?
I agree. I think we have to condemn what Hamas did, and I don't think the words that have been used so far have been strong enough. I mean, it was the worst thing we've seen in a very long time. It was disgusting, appalling, awful for everyone involved. I also have a lot of sympathy, if not, I can't think of a bigger word, for the people of Gaza. It's awful, and I will agree with you. I do want a free Palestine, and I also want a free and successful Israel, but I don't want innocent people murdered. So yeah, you can't go to a protest and start shouting about support for Hamas. That's insane.
Isn't it ironic that something like this has become a haven for like the mentally unwell? You're talking about something as serious as a
I think getting more people to hear the Palestinian position, which is liberation, is important. It is extremely important, absolutely. But when we turn it into not a conversation about Palestinian liberation, but a conversation amongst us on which Pokemon we think would win between the Israelis and Palestinians, that's when it becomes less about solving it and more about who gets to be more right, And then, everybody stops even talking to Palestinians or about Palestinians. It's about us being right or wrong about the Palestinians, not the Palestinians themselves. Hope I'm getting my point across properly. Just a sea of just people shouting at each other continuously. And if they're doing it for the cause, then God bless. But most of them, not Hassan, are doing it, and most likely not this unhinged Israeli woman because she's, a fucking nationalist or whatever. Just do it for the opportunity of being a talking head.
Conflict in Israel and Gaza, and for some reason you have really uneducated people that are clearly 20 years ago would have been in an asylum supporting this openly, not even knowing.
And that's a wider conversation about debates in general and why they're fucking stupid and don't fucking work. But they're the necessary evil sometimes. And Hassan coming on here, he can increase his audience and get some actual people to hear an alternative take that are Pierce watchers. So, it was the right decision. But I'm talking about debates in general, and this, again, it's discourse for the sake of discourse. Nobody wants to solve anything here because, ironically, the discourse people, once something is solved, there's no more discourse, so they're out of a fucking job.
The conflict, not even knowing the context of what they're supporting. And for some reason...
Spectacle. Everything is spectacle.
We even give it airtime. That's what upsets me.
These
people don't deserve airtime.
Right? Everyone is so triggered on both sides, on all sides, and rightly so, because a lot of terrible stuff has happened. So that's where the emotion is coming from. But really, I think we all want the same thing, and that is for innocent people to not be murdered or slain in the streets.
Right. I mean, look, Hassan. Hang on, Emily. Please, I'll come to you. Let me just ask Hassan. When you and Emily go at each other like you just did, nobody wins. I mean, no one can really understand a word you're saying because you're shouting over each other. You end up just calling each other terrorists. There's no sensible dialogue here. There's no constructive conversation. It's just two implacably opposed sides abusing each other. Do you understand that?
Yeah, listen, Piers, okay? This is going to always be a very heated discussion, okay? Having a conversation about how heated this discussion is utterly unproductive. Every single moment that we use on air, not talking about every single university building being desecrated, destroyed. The fact that we're having this conversation on the eve of hundreds of mass graves being unearthed right now in many different parts of Gaza around hospitals that Israel had laid siege to is disgusting. I agree.
There you go. Literally half of the points I made 5 minutes ago, pre-watched, is what, again, this is why I stand this fucking Turkish cunt, okay?
Came on here, as I have done last time as well, and as I will probably do in the future as well, with one simple goal in mind, which is to address all of the misinformation that surrounds stuff like this. As far as the crackhead Barbie thing goes, yeah, she's a random TikTok influencer who gives a shit about what she has to say. She's obviously doing it for clout. But the students over at Columbia, okay, the students that I have talked to at the Columbia University Apartheid Divest group, the students that I've talked to from Jewish Voice for Peace.
All right, Emily, let me just ask you the same thing I asked Hassan. When you guys scream at each other and call each other terrorists, it doesn't obviously achieve anything other than it becomes unintelligible.
Yeah, and this is a continuation of everything I'm saying. Like, Pierce's biggest problem here, right, even though he's hearing the cha-ching, is that we're not being civil in the discussion about tens of thousands of dead people. This is Western brain, okay? This is Western brain. This is privilege brain on fucking steroids. The problem is that some staff are uncomfortable on university campuses because people are bringing up the conversation of genocide. That is the main problem of the privilege. The homeless man, they do not feel bad for the homeless man. They just don't want to see the homeless man, okay? They don't feel bad about the Palestinian. They just don't want to listen about the plight of the Palestinian. It is such a, like, comfort maxing, to use Zoomer fucking terminology. Like, the West is just comfort maxing. Or on the opposite spectrum, masturbating on a bunch of fucking people arguing a point. Who's more right? Who's got the more right take? Look at that guy go down. It's fucking schizo as fuck. And it's normal. That's why human nature positions 700 behind what you define as normalcy. The society you grew up in, and its systems of value, that's what defines what normal is. And that particular country that we all love to hate and hate to love, the US of A, comfort is more important than lives.
To the audience, is there not a better way we can have this conversation?
Funnily enough, correct. And funnily enough, I have the same exact answer as Hassan. My job here is to make sure that I'm debunking false narratives that Hassan is clearly spewing. My job here is to call out hypocrisy. And I just saw another one where he's saying that crackhead Barney, whoever the hell that girl was, is a lunatic, but Aaron Bushnell, who lights himself on fire, is a hero. You can't pick and choose whatever fits your narrative. And I keep on repeating that over and over again, because the Palestinian movement will literally just take what they can get, spew all of the truth into their false narrative, spread misinformation, and then you say that we're the liars. You tell me I'm wearing an IDF dog tag. I'm wearing a Bring Them Home.
Man, he really played her with that. She's still obsessing over the fucking dog tag. Sister, you brought the fucking dog tag, man, so that people notice it and talk about it, and then people notice it and talk about it. And again, she doesn't, that's why she brought it, so she can talk about people's reaction to the dog tag, okay? Easy gotchas, your fucking internet brain, dude.
For the hostages that you... No, it says...
And I also can't guess if, like, this is probably going to sound misogynist, but I apologize, I have to say. I don't know if she's 20 or 50. Like, I genuinely can't guess.
Bring them home.
You're using the hostages as a simple political tool to make propaganda in the West. Is quite disgusting. The protests that are happening in Israel right now are massive.
Are a political tool?
And those protests,
what?
You are using humans in captivity as a political...
22? She's 22? No fucking way, man. No fucking way. Oh, I mean... I guess Zionist 3D printers be falling off, dude. Zionist 3D printers be falling off.
Hostages are
it's so obvious.
Why, Hassan? Why are you dehumanizing the hostages? Because I have no problem admitting the Palestinians deserve better.
Not.
I feel terrible.
You're using them as a political pawn.
I can say that.
If you cared about the hostages, you would be in Tel Aviv right now
using
alongside.
Let me bring in James. Let me
bring
in James, please.
I'm sorry that I can't.
Please, let me bring in James.
I agree with both of you.
Sorry, can you please, when I say stop talking, please stop talking. We've got 4 people here. James.
If anyone is using hostages, surely it's Hamas, Hassan. How can you say that? How can you use that argument? That's a crazy thing to say. It's Hamas that have taken these people from their homes,
tens of thousands of people in Israel. There are currently tens of thousands of Israeli citizens right now in the streets of Israel, in the streets of Tel Aviv, outside of Benjamin Netanyahu's house, protesting every single day. What are they protesting? They're protesting for Benjamin Netanyahu to facilitate a ceasefire with Hamas so that they can actually bring the hostages home. That is precisely the number one goal. Of the family members of the hostages.
Who
and
is
if
using
anyone
the
on
hostages?
this panel was
No,
being
answer
even a
that
little bit
question.
honest,
You
they would
changed-
recognize
you're
the
not listening to
reality
my
that,
question.
listen, just listen.
You didn't listen to my question.
Listen to what I'm saying, and you will understand perhaps what I'm trying to imply
very
here.
patronizing.
Utilizing the hostages. Yeah, I am.
Is this the part where you guys like, yay?
Being patronizing. I don't know who the fuck you are, and you're over here chirping all the way from fucking London about Palestine and doing a both sides are fucking fine type bullshit. Where you're talking about how you want to fucking free Palestine, but also simultaneously, both sides got a lot going on. Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything, okay? I don't give a shit about
Money was the money gang.
You
Was the money gang,
sound
yeah.
like what you have to say, so you're wrong. It's Hassan's way or the highway.
I mean, you
Wow,
are.
really
There is no
clever
both
you
sides
are.
on a genocide. Is there a
Really
both sides on a
clever.
genocide? There is no both sides.
Well, the thing is, it's interesting you should mention the hostages.
What is in the
both
Hamas
sides
charter?
and
They want
apartheid.
Jewish genocide, but that's okay. But
the
Jewish
thing is,
genocide is okay.
if you're talking about the well-being of if you're talking about the well-being of the
No, I take it back. Do not take me back to 2018. Wizard Money Gang, this is exactly where I want to be because this is exactly what we deserve. Fucking beautiful. But you know what? This is not beautiful. In exactly 1 minute and 20 seconds, the overlords from the Gunner Stasi state of Israel will come and play you ads. Do not watch them. Instead, become child soldiers of my Jisraeli Gunner state for $5 or for free through Prime. Have an adless experience and make me feel better about myself while joining our chat. Thank you.
hostages. What sense did it make for the
7
IDF
out
to
of 10,
flatten
fuck you.
about 70% of Gaza? Because I completely agree.
Thank
Bring
you.
the hostages home. If you look at Gaza, the topography of Gaza right now, it looks like a pancake. So I'm sorry, this whole argument of Hamas using them as human tools, fine, but the IDF has also
I'd
been
like
using
to
it
fact
to
check
continue
that
their
because
campaign.
that's just simply
If
not
you were told that if God forbid if your relative was one of the hostages and you saw what's happening right now, and I met someone whose mother is a hostage, and he said he didn't want his mother and her being taken to be used in the name of violence. Right now he's sitting at home wondering, okay, what is the logic of trying to bring my mother home when you flattened Gaza? Please explain that to us.
So can I
Because
pose
you might very well pull those hostages from under.
Okay, let Emily respond to that.
Everyone wants to criticize the IDF's response, but nobody wants to tell me what should Israel be doing to retaliate October 7th, eradicate Hamas from preventing another October 7th, and bring the hostages
I have
home.
an idea.
Stop apartheid. Can I get like a Nobel Peace Prize now? Thank you.
You have a
I have
solution?
an idea. I have an idea. Do not flatten Gaza and potentially pull your own hostages up from under the rubble, like have been done with thousands of Palestinians. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Have you found any
So
of them
you're
under
saying
the
that
rubble?
you don't have an
You
answer.
just
That is the
So
answer.
you
Don't
have
kill
an
your own
answer.
hostages.
But you're quick
That's
to
an
condemn the
answer.
IDF,
How
but
does
you
that
don't have an
sound?
answer.
I also
How
have
about not
an
killing the
answer.
hostages?
Very interesting.
I have an answer.
Thank you
Okay.
for proving my point.
It's called the
Yes,
dissolution of the apartheid regime. That
I swear on my mother, I have not pre-watched. Here, on my heart. On my fucking heart, chat. On my heart. As I wear fucking shorts. As I wear shorts. And as my feet are planted on the ground. On my heart, not pre-watched. Okay? Not pre-watched. Jesus. Ugh.
That's what it's called. Dissolve the apartheid regime.
So what would you like to
allow
see happen,
Palestinians
Hassan?
breathing room. Do you not understand the English language?
We're
Dissolve
delayed.
the
It's delayed.
apartheid regime.
You need a Xanax, first of all. You need a Xanax. Okay, so should Israel do
Yeah, I'm
to
sorry,
the West
30,000
Bank?
What is this yassified own? You need a Xanny, boy. You need a Xanny, okay? What the fuck? Quick kurac.
What they did to
Palestinians have been
Gaza?
ruthlessly slaughtered by the
Should
Israeli
Israel
state.
give
It makes
back
me a
the
little
land so
upset
that it
when
can turn
someone is
into another
defending that.
Gaza? Is that what you'd like to see? Another terrorist haven launching rockets all day instead of turning it to Singapore? Because that's what they did in 2005.
Wait, hold
We
on.
see
Which
how that
one is
works.
Singapore?
The
The
billions
West
of
Bank.
dollars in
Hold on,
aid they
is the
turned
West
into
Bank
building
Singapore?
tunnels. Is that what you'd like to see?
Bombing.
I don't
Who's
have I
bombing
gone deaf?
Singapore every day?
Sorry,
What,
Emily,
is
is the
Singapore
West
an
Bank
open-air
supposed to be
prison?
Singapore?
What are you talking about?
Is the West Bank supposed to
The
be
West
Singapore?
Bank received. The West Bank has a port. They can import and export. Israel gave them a great piece of land. They received billions of dollars in aid, not only from
Israel
the
gave
U.S.,
them a great
but
piece of
Israel
land?
gave. Are you
No.
mad? They had a chance to rebuild, but they spent the last 15 plus years crying that they don't have enough land because there is never enough land for them instead of rebuilding. But that's okay. Build terrorist tunnels. Don't build hotels and don't rebuild civilization. Just build
My favorite, by far my favorite, is Palestinians should save themselves through entrepreneurship. That is ideology at its peak. Where are the skyscrapers, you Palestinians? Where is big business? Why you not make a good beach for Israeli to come and swim? Hey, that is how you could have saved yourself. Make fintech startups. Make a Palestinian coin, a Palestinian Bitcoin, a Palestinian cryptocurrency. That's gonna fucking save you. Make Palestinian NFTs. You can use all those photos of fucking butchered babies and make them into NFTs and sell them, and elevate yourself into the Singapore of the Middle East. Blood. Oh God, yeah, but
allow Palestinians to have a nation state that they deserve by international law since the inception of the Israeli nation state. What you are saying is insane to me. The fact that you brought up the last 15 years is Palestinians crying is disgusting.
Oh, I have one more question.
You are a disgusting little monster who thinks that not offering contiguity to the Palestinians in the form of a state, which is under international law, is just simply Palestinians
I have one
crying.
question.
Okay?
This West Bank
don't want a
Singapore.
two-state
Hold on.
solution.
This
They want
West
a
Bank
one-state
Singapore.
solution that eradicates the Israelis, which is not an option.
Fine. This West Bank
You're wrong.
Singapore, what place
You're wrong.
does the settlements play in that? Please paint a picture of how the West Bank of Singapore, or whatever, Singapore of the West Bank, how does this illegal settlements fit into that?
I think you're completely missing the picture.
Just explain to me
Israel
how the
wanted
settlements
to
fit
give
into
them
that picture.
a piece of land. I'm explaining it.
Okay, I'm listening.
The picture is they got a great piece of land to turn into society. Instead of turning it
got the
into
land?
civilized society,
Who did?
Hamas, Israel.
David, I mean, I know you're a sophisticated
Wonderful, a new
guy.
child soldier. I mean,
The
subscriber.
world is a mess. The world is as angry as it gets. Well, you think this is going to cause a little more anger? The world is an angry place.
Gave Israel.
thank you very much, Nibor, for the sub. Welcome to the community, my beautiful child soldier for the great Gunnar state of Israel.
Gave the land to Gaza. They
So then why
withdrew.
the
They
Israeli
removed
settlements?
Israelis
It's not Israel's
from
land
their
to give.
homes.
It's
But then
not
why
Israel's
did
land to
they
give.
remove
It is
since
not Israel's land to
2005?
give.
There are no Jews or Israelis. There are no settlements in Gaza.
In the West
they
Bank.
gave it to
In the West
the
Bank. They're not in the
Palestinians.
West Bank.
I'm speaking about Gaza, and now
I'm
you're
asking
changing
about
the
West Bank
narrative.
because I was interested
I'm
in knowing about
showing
Singapore.
I'm telling you that if Israel pulls out completely from the West Bank, if Israel pulls out from the West Bank, you can bet your ass it turns into the next Gaza. The world does not need two Gazas because one Gaza has already caused enough damage. However,
This is like she's doing race science. You do get that, right? If you give the Palestinians any sort of land, they're going to turn it into Gaza by themselves because it's innate to the Palestinians. That's why we don't give anything to them, because we know how to manage a state. They don't. That's literally remember the good old separate but equal under the management of the white, because the minorities can't manage themselves. This is like...
However, Gaza decides to demand
Every
that
argument with
Hamas
Israel
removes
is about
themselves from
some
power,
hypothetical.
and they can have democracy.
Israel has to do a
then yes,
genocide,
there's
because if
potential
Israel
for
doesn't do a
two-state
genocide,
solution.
then the Gaza
There's
is
no
not
genocide. The only
victim
genocide
blaming
is the Hamas
Palestinians in
charter that
Gaza.
wants to eradicate the
do
Jews.
defensive genocide.
You know, it's interesting the word genocide. Because, hang on, it's interesting the word. Hang on, I would love to get a word in, please.
Thank you very much, Rotten Girl. Welcome.
Please. Interesting the word genocide, because I've listened to all the fractious debate, everyone talking over each other.
Oh, God.
The truth is that actually only one side has publicly said that they wish to pursue a genocide, and that is Hamas. Hamas, after October the 7th, through their
Thank
official
you.
spokesman on camera, said they wanted to do it again and again and again. That is the purest articulation of a genocide imaginable. And the one thing I never hear from the pro-Palestinian side
You
is
really think,
what Israel was
Piers,
actually...
Piers,
Hang on.
Piers,
No, don't
Piers.
interrupt me.
So one
But I haven't
Hamas
asked you a
official,
question yet.
One Hamas guy.
Sorry, I
But
need to
that's
ask you a
ridiculous.
question.
You're being a ridiculous person.
I'm not
You're
being
being a ridiculous person.
I'm just saying, nobody ever
Because
tells
how
me...
many Israeli officials, even on your show, have said we should keep doing what we have been doing to Gaza over and over again? How does that not register in the same genocidal intent? If you think what that dude was saying, which was, by the way, ridiculous what he was saying, the Hamas official was saying, is that we're going to do October 7th over and over
But he
again.
said it.
We are justified in doing it over and over again. I find that to be abhorrent. However, what you fail to recognize is that's the genocidal intent, but not Amalek. That's the genocidal intent, but not saying we are fighting human animals. And that's why we have to cut off their food, their water, and their electricity. That was Defense Minister Yoav Gallant.
There we go with the lies
Benjamin
again.
Netanyahu
You're saying
has
Israel
routinely
cuts
talked
off their
about this over and over
electricity.
again.
They don't even
Israeli
provide
interior
their
security-
electricity. You're
Israeli-
saying they cut off their water. They
Israeli
don't cut off their water.
politicians.
You are
Israeli-
spewing lies on
Can
national
you stop?
television.
Can you? I'm
I
talking
think so. Hang on. Again, you're talking over each other. Some of the comments. There's no doubt, Emily.
People they're at war with.
Some of the comments. Some of the.
Israel is.
No, Pierce, I'm not letting you
the
spew
most
misinformation.
caring country on the
It's
fucking
pointless.
planet. I swear to God.
This is pointless. We're getting
No,
nowhere.
because
But thank
he's
you.
spewing
Did Yoav Gallant
misinformation.
not say that?
Israel's cutting off electricity,
Okay.
water, and aid.
We're
Just
getting-
Did
spewing
Defense
lies. I'm
Minister
not gonna let
Yoav
you do it.
Gallant say we are fighting human animals or not? Answer that question. Did Defense Minister Yoav
Yes,
Gallant
yes,
say
yes.
we are
Hamas
fighting
is
human
human
animals and we have to cut
animals.
off their
Hamas,
electricity,
correct.
cut off their food, cut off their water?
Okay.
Yeah, the slight
You know what? I'm going to cut off.
Israel
I'm going to
provides
cut off this
79%
debate.
of their electricity. The rest is Hamas.
I'm going to cut off the
That's
debate
not
because we're
Israel.
getting
Israel
absolutely
provides-
nowhere. But I appreciate everybody joining me. Thank you very much.
Hassan 1, Pierce -1, IDF Lady -100, Centrists 0. GG, well played. You get a medal. Very, 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 very fucking good. That was great. That was entertaining and also awful. I loved that I hated and loved every single one of those sentences that came out of those people's mouths. Yeah, I mean, what am I supposed to add? There's nothing to fucking add. There's nothing to add. Let's go into something even more deranged. I saw this.
This is a
story of Melstroy, the most
Wonderful.
dangerous
A new child
Russian
soldier.
streamer.
I mean,
okay.
subscriber.
Since we watched Hassan, let's talk about the world's most dangerous streamer, okay? The most dangerous philosopher of our time. Thank you very much, Who's Carl. I've seen so many memes with this dude, and I don't really know much about this dude. A couple of my Russian friends tried to explain him to me, and even the concept of a fucking dollar store Jesse Pinkman, exactly. And even like the concept of fucking trash streamers to an extent has always been interesting to me because I don't fucking get it. Now you're going to tell me you don't get it because you're a trash streamer yourself? Probably. So yeah, let's check this fuck out as I go and drink my Monster. I think, yeah. We're going to jump between serious and silly topics today. I think that's okay with you. Is that okay with you, chat? Is that okay with you 700 beautiful motherfuckers? Hey? The chat blocked and my fucking thing fall. Okay, no, it didn't. Yeah. So yeah, I guess no. I think this guy's actually entertaining and more than Aiden Ross. It's not Aiden Ross. I don't think like this guy's about to show us like next levels of unhinged, but I don't think anybody can reach the levels of brain rot like Aiden Ross. You know, you got to be dropped as a baby 10 times on the head to hit like Aiden Ross levels. So yeah, let's fucking see this and let's go. Fuck it. Yeah, let's go.
Russian billionaire
I want to be one day. I want a video made about most dangerous Balkan streamer one day. Da.
Melstroy, the king of the biggest nations on Russian Twitch. This guy made the whole Russian streamer scene do unimaginable things. He threw crazy parties that turned into freak shows and pure chaos, and basically started an era of trash streamers in Russia. But there is more to his story than just money and alcohol. He was facing prison time for showing on his streams when he was just 16 years old. He had multiple occasions of being physically aggressive towards his guests to the point that they had to be hospitalized. Story than just money and alcohol. He was facing prison time for showing on his.
Did he really show his dick? Did this dude really show his fucking dick on stream? Holy shit. Did they do this on Twitch? Twitch, you don't let me even say like the most milk-toe shit. Motherfuckers whipping out their cocks, dude. God damn it, man. Real life Joker, exactly, Andrea. Real life Joker up in here, man. If Joker was born today, he would be a fucking streamer, bro.
Streams when he was just 16 years old. He had multiple occasions of being physically aggressive towards his guests to the point that they had to be hospitalized. And that's just tip of the iceberg. So how exactly did this guy go from Minecraft server owner to billionaire living on Bali Islands? This is a
billionaire. No way is he a fucking billionaire. Millionaire. Billionaire? Billionaire? Critical support for proletarian, I guess, woman beater and penis shower because he's proletarian. First real proletarian billionaire. Billionaire? I think you fucked over my Russian friend. I don't think he's billionaire.
The story of Melstroy, the most unhinged streamer on the Russian internet. Andrei Burin, or as we know him, Melstroy, came from a very poor family. Father worked in a local factory, and his mother worked as a cashier. They were so poor that Andrei had to wear his brother's clothes as he got older. He really looked up to his brother. In fact, he was the one who introduced him to the world of the internet. He bought him a new PC, and it didn't take long until Melstroy got into Minecraft. He would skip school very often, and instead sink thousands of...
But by the way, billionaire in rubles even, that's $10,840,000. So that's a lot of fucking money, okay? He ain't making that like American shit streamer money, but still.
Hours in Minecraft, till he realized he can make good dollar out of it. Andrei decided to buy hosting and made a Minecraft server. Spammed it in every VK's group comment section, which is like Russian Facebook, and then he started selling VIPs to little Russian kiddos. His grades weren't really good, but who cares? At only 14 years...
Fucking grind at 14, baby. Get that fucking money, dude.
Or something, he was making a nice cash. Then, as every Russian human being, discovered Dota. At age of 15, he would come back from...
Oh yeah, the Dota era, baby. Some people are still living in the Dota era.
...from school and play the game for 6 hours. And as a businessman he is, he would also buy in-game stuff for cheaper and sell it for a higher price. You know, a Russian couch flipper, basically. But Andrei would soon get tired of playing games and get interested in something more profitable, yet not so legal.
What? Drug dealing?
When Melstroy turned 16, he started to stream CSGO. This is where things take a little more darker turn, however. The thing is that Melstroy's streams were pretty popular, but not necessarily because of his Counter-Strike gameplay. He used to go to Russian Omegle, where he randomly stumbled upon girls, chatted with them for a bit, and then he casually asked if they would do something strange for a piece of change. And guess what? They really did. They stripped, they danced, all that just for a little bit of online clout. These streams were so popular that in the year of 2017 in January, around 60,000...
My boy, even with his dad,
These
look,
streams
even
were
with
so
his
popular
dad,
that in the year of
with his
2017...
with his dad. Hello lady, you want show titty for $50 to father? You want show titty to dad for $50? Yes.
In January, around 60,000 people would come and watch him cook. He wouldn't delete his VODs right away.
I thought we were gonna watch something fucking silly. This is gonna get dark. I already fucking smell it, dude. Jesus Christ.
After the stream. And
proper fun southern gooning bonding, okay? If you haven't gooned with your dad, do you really have a dad?
That's how he got away with it for around 3 months. Well, it's cool, I guess, but I don't think nudity is really allowed in YouTube. Be quiet, Timmy. It was like 2014 or something. Nobody really cared. However, what YouTube did care about was that these girls were underaged. In March of 2017, music producer and YouTuber Danila Kashin told the public about what kind of streams would Andrei do.
Я в шоке. То, что сегодня вы увидите, это реально страшная хуйня. Господи! Мне кажется, что он психически нездоров. Блять, какой пиздец!
There's way more people found out about Andrei's activities, including the government. So when he was sitting in college, chilling, police busted in his apartment.
And boy, so much on the grind, he's even gotten into college. My boy is in college and he's doing disgusting internet things. God, we might have found like the ultimate like real life Joker. Real life Joker. We live in, you know how I got this smile? From making underage girls show their boobs on Omegle.
Apartment took his PC to their station to analyze and get the proof of spreading allegations. After Melstroy received the news, he's on the run. He would hide for 3 months in random hotel rooms while still streaming to the large audience, almost like taunting on the police. And then something that nobody expected happens. After 3 months of intense search, they just let him be. They dropped the case. Which is pretty interesting considering how usually these cases go, and let me tell you, they don't go really well in Russia.
Ты как ездишь? Чё хочу? Извините.
So at least to me it looks like his parents paid a fat check so Melstroy didn't have to go to the prison.
But didn't you say that his parents are very poor? But okay, at this point I guess they have money, so they paid off the cops.
Or as Melstroy says,
the cops probably like couldn't understand like what he's doing what? He's doing the stream and then he's talking to a random woman on camera and he say I give money for teeth. I do not не понимаю, блядь, что почему вы говорите, блядь. Like the cops' brains are like, what are we supposed to arrest him for? What the fuck are you? There's a good story. I have a friend that works in like a crypto exchange, right? And cops stormed the crypto exchange because they weren't paying enough money to the government, right? to certain members in the government for them to have such a big business. And when the cops, the special forces, stormed the thing, they were told to find where they're hiding their crypto. But the cops, being fucking cops, don't know what crypto is, so they start looking for safes, okay? They start looking for safes. They're like, where is the money? Where is the money? And they're like, what do you mean, the crypto? Yes, where is your safe? So, yeah, cops, we put our healthcare money into that. It works really well, yeah.
Judge was like, man, you know what, you're only 16 years old, you're not gonna ruin your life or anything, we chillin'. No, you can believe in whatever you want, just letting you know that there are two different versions of the story. After this incident, Mastroianni realized that streaming nudity won't really get him far. However, he had a different plan.
Just unhinged, I guess, that's the plan.
Mastroianni decided to stream Gamba. He had an exclusive deal with a big online casino and money started to pour in. His life turned into alcohol, drugs, a lot of...
I love how that is now like relatively forbidden in the West, except on Kick, I guess. But you have like this guy, Baka Prase, I know only him from Serbia. This is a YouTuber from Serbia, like... Look, I bought $1 million car, blah, blah, blah. Etc. And how does he make all this money? Wait, can I see any of his lives? No, stream 1 year ago. His lives are like massively watched, and the only thing he does is he just gambles for 5 hours on them. And he constantly spams links for kids to go and be able to gamble and use their parents' credit card. So it's very much so alive in the developing world, while it might not exist necessarily in the US anymore. It's alive and thriving, baby. Speaking of being alive and thriving, Twitch needs to be alive and thrive. That is why it is going to play an ad in exactly 1 minute. Do you want to watch ads about gambling, about pumpers, or about joining the military? No, you do not. Do you want to support your most unhinged, only after this Russian streamer, Twitch streamer, Yugovnik? Yes, you do. $5 a month or free through Prime. Have an adless experience and join the great Gunner state of Israel. Thank you kindly.
Drunk girls ready for anything, and 100,000 of viewers witnessing these freak shows live. That's the content he was doing. The more bizarre, the better it is. He invites small streamers or people that just want to make money to the stream, and they're basically humiliated for the viewers' entertainment. There are constantly fights and other absurd things that I can't even say, or this video is banned instantly. It's like we go back to barbaric times again. He was one of the pioneers of Russian trash streams, along with names like Refly, who locked out as he was one of
dude, what's up with that guy's arm, brother? What the fuck, bro? Brother, what the fuck is up with this, brother? Jesus fucking Christ. So he would just, like, you know, he sat down and was like, what would a 12-year-old really like to fucking watch? And you just brought him on. I'm like, I mean, at least... I hope nobody got hurt, but as long as nobody gets hurt, it's kind of like peak content. Like, I'm sorry. It's insane. Yeah, synth alarm. Yeah, I guessed as much. It's kind of, it's literally what the video creator said. It's like, we're going back to, going to the arena and watching gladiators kill slaves. Just we're watching, unfortunate poor people get the shit beat out of each other for subs.
the pioneers of Russia.
I could have plugged some sort of sub to me because I'm not doing this type of joke, but, I'm not doing that.
Trash streams, along with names like Refly, who locked out his pregnant girlfriend in winter outside, where she eventually died, and all that for a donation on the...
Did I hear it?
Pregnant girlfriend in winter outside, where she eventually died, and all that for a donation on the stream. Or JV...
What the fuck? They be doing it on a completely different level in Russia, man. This is what the fall of the Soviet Union does to a motherfucker. Holy fucking shit. His pregnant girlfriend. I can't even make jokes about this.
is basically just a low-budget Melstroy. We will talk about him a little later as well. So what started as, hey, let's invite some girls, buy some alcohol and do a drunk stream along with some casino, snowballed into Melstroy going insane and creating an illusion in his head of him being an absolute god. Eventually, he doesn't care about anything.
Created an illusion in his head of him being an absolute god. Does that remind you about almost every fucking Twitch streamer that has more than 1 million subscribers?
Or anyone. Just look at how he's treating his own friends. Propaganda of alcohol, gambling, careless lifestyle. That's what Melstroy streams are all about. His sponsors, apart from kiddos, were casinos that paid him
propaganda of alcohol, that one based, okay? That one based.
Good cash. And as money flows, Melstroy moves to Moscow, where he meets already mentioned Vigilenko, and later he is joined by Grisha Polnaya TV, who is also a very interesting character. And after that, the whole thing goes downhill. This is what happened.
Guys, I think we found a fucking treasure trove here, okay? We're diving deep into the enshitified, like, deep holes of Eastern European internet. Holy shit. Strap in, get some fucking popcorn, but also buy something for your nose because you want to stop yourself from vomiting, okay? Let's get into it, shall we?
When you
also nice cat.
You're a 21-year-old without education, a gambler, and you surround yourself with alike people who are straight up crazy in a hat. You will start going insane. Melstroy ended up in a
Look at the house, dude. This is literally what a kid with a lot of money would make. This is incredible. But maybe I shouldn't fuck with this guy too much. He's gonna find and kill me. Thank God I'm wearing a mask, man. Look at this face. This is not a face you fuck with. 25.
Melstroy ended up in a group of people that cares only about his money and will do anything to keep his cash cow going. He was making $1 million a month just from the casino sponsors alone. Damn, this
son.
It must be very rich. Maybe, but not as much as you think. He's a gambler, and that's a fact. He drains thousands of dollars down per stream. He rents these super top apartments in Moscow City. That's like a drip neighborhood where all cool and rich kids hang out.
Praxis, bro. Praxis fucking up the landlords, man. What do? I do a little streaming. I work on internet. They rented out for 6 months. Motherfucker, like, brings 3 dudes with synthol in their arms to vomit all over the couch.
Yeah. He spends cash on random flashy stuff, supply.
I'm doing the wrong grift. Exactly, pandas, right? Pandas, you should find me something else to fucking do. I can invite a bunch of beautiful Slavic women. They can, like, fist fight in oil for you. Wait, Twitch banned that now. Very contrasting to the video I made about the stereotype about Slavic women, eh? But
with the most luxury alcohol, he even pays some celebrities to come in, like this guy.
But hey, brother, the only thing I slut out is my feet, brother, okay?
Guy, Edward Bill, which is a famous Russian blogger. Melstroy paid him around 1 million rubles to come on the stream, only for him to promote some random online casino. Melstroy didn't like it.
Wait a minute, that guy kind of looks like Hugo without the mask. You guys don't think? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Obviously, and after confronting Edward about it, he responded by saying that that's the only reason he came here and he wouldn't even wipe his ass with his 1 million rubles. He got kicked out just a minute later. Another great example of Mel's God complex is the stream that occurred in June of 2020. Mel rented a nice house, invited a couple of guests and some girls as well. This is Yana, just a random girl that looks pretty good, and she makes sure that everyone sees that. She flirts with Melstroy a little bit as well. After like 30 minutes of this happening, Yana gets a call. The caller was her boyfriend, who was not very happy about what's happening on the stream.
Jesus, I mean, this is all awful. I'm not saying anything, but you cannot tell me this is not peak content. You cannot tell me this is not fucking peak content. Jesus Christ.
Obvious reason. Mel basically laughs at him and calls him a cock. Now we move to the front yard of the house where we can spot a couple of newcomers that are trying to get inside of the house. And Melstroy's bodyguard, which to be absolutely honest, did absolutely nothing. Keep in mind that behind this door is Melstroy, who has no idea what's happening outside of the room. Yana comes out and argues with her boyfriend, but boyfriend doesn't really want to talk. So Yana gets slapped, and after that, she gets slapped again. Then guards finally escort those mofos from Melstroy's property, and that's pretty much it. Melstroy with all this success around...
But they don't. But why? Fucking pussies. Yeah, he came and he beat the shit out of the woman, but not a lot of him. Fucking big man, you know, big fucking man, big fucking man. Yeah, yeah.
He grew an ego of abnormal measurements and didn't treat other people right. Let's be real. But after one of Russia's most famous artists, Morgenstern, declined his invitation to the stream by saying he doesn't like what's happening there and he doesn't want to be part of it, his God's complex got a little damaged. He realized that people who don't really need his money don't respect him enough, and his reaction to the people not sucking his toes like he used to got a little more impulsive. On 19/10, 2020, Mastroy streamed...
Yeah, Danger Aline, but the term peak I use like it's our general degeneracy as a culture has culminated in this that we're saying, okay? That like you don't, like the next level after this is like executing people on stream, like decapitating them, like ISIS style, okay? That's the only direction this can go into. Because like this at one point will become the standard and it will no longer satisfy us. So another peak will have to be invented. Like that's how fucking hungry for something that can make something move in us we are, due to complete meaninglessness as we dive deeper and deeper into the abyss, okay? Just in Russia, they do it earlier than anybody else.
As usual, he invited a bunch of people to his apartment, drank alcohol, but Maelstrom...
Yeah, you just look at Kick, exactly.
will remember this date as the day when he almost ruined his career. It all started when a new character appears on Maelstroy's stream. Meet Yelena Yefremova.
Меня почему-то попросили позвать тебя.
Да, может быть, потому что я активно веду себя.
Yelena then proceeds to talk about generation gap and other topics that Maelstroy is not really familiar with. And I'm gonna be honest, she was annoying. Her tone, the way she spoke, she was trying to show off and come out as a smart person while she knew that Andrei wasn't the brightest. Maelstroy got very angry and told her that she's cringe, that she doesn't know what she's talking about. Yelena, however, saw that Andrei pretty much lost it and started to clown on him. He then called her flat, to which girl asked him to show his torso then, which got Andrei even angrier, and then something that nobody expected happened.
Что? Такое,
Yelena ended up with a broken jaw and brain injury that was progressing as they went by. However, Maelstroy didn't...
Nobody saw this coming. Nobody saw this fucking direction. Jesus fucking Christ. What a fucking unhinged piece of shit. God fucking damn it. This is the direction we're all going into. This is the fucking direction we're going into. Just fucking evil, soulless cretins. Soulless fucking animals. Just doing more and more fucked up shit for clout and money. Just an eternal spin. God fucking hell.
Didn't even care. He gets sued by her afterwards and had to pay a sum of 72k Russian rubles. And he also got 6 months of community service. After this incident, he got almost all his social medias blocked, including YouTube channels, Instagram, VK, and Telegram. And it looked like Maelstroy is done and will never come back from this situation ever again. Maelstroy proceeded to spend 2 years creating new channels on YouTube, trying out new platforms and new ways how to stream again. Nothing seemed to work though, until he found Kick, where nobody seemed to have a problem with...
Until he found Kick. And we go back. This is the craziest story. Like this is an absolute insanity, dude. It's like discovering an alternative reality that you didn't even know existed, okay?
Him to be there. He started to gain audience there with streams where he would give out Maybach Mercedes to biggest donators, which turned out to be 1.5 million Russian rubles and stuff like that. He then left Russia and started traveling. Andrei stayed in Dubai where he paid $10k per day for a hotel room. He also bought watches for $20 million, so you know, guys living a life. But the reason why I named this chapter Comeback is because after the incident, his numbers fell significantly. And he wasn't as popular as he used to be. However, he wanted to let the world know about him one more time. Because for the attention-seeking person that he is, it's pretty hard to go for so long without any big stunts. So he publishes this video.
Постричь, короче, всех стримеров нахуй на лос.
And he did as he said. Well, almost. First of his victims was Hesses. He got 5 million ruble dono. Then Kash.
Yana Gibashi, I had to do community service once, sucked. I was stuck cleaning up dog shit at an animal shelter for a few weeks. Don't go double speed limit, kids. We didn't know Yana is also fucking insanely based, bro. Room.
She got 1.5 million rubles. Then a little side quest he did. He donated 3 million rubles to a Russian legend streamer Papich, who said he would never play Dota again, which is kind of funny, not gonna lie. only guy who refused to shave his head was Bratishkin. He said that he won't do it even for 40 million rubles. I mean, shit, I would do it for $2, not gonna lie. Which, funny enough, is exactly how much my Patreon costs. Link down in the description. Then apparently shaving streamers wasn't enough, so Melstroy thought of another stunt he could pull off. Well, and for that, he probably remembered good old days, since he donated money to female streamers and asked them to strip for him. He donated 1.5 million to this lovely lady to show her fingies, then this girl asked for 3k, which Melstroy donated as well. He also donated to Sveta Solar, the famous Russian blogger or whatever, I don't know, and she looted 1 million rubles. However, this next girl dragged the most attention, as after Andrei sent her 1 million rubles in order to pull up her shirt and sit like that for a whole minute on the stream, he called bank and basically stole her money back. Some say these stories are fake.
What the fuck? You know, you watch this and you're like, how does this get worse? How does this get worse? How does this get worse? And it keeps getting worse. And he even got his money back. Like, you know, the 7 circles of hell or 9 circles of hell or whatever, and then the bottom is Satan. They gotta dig one for Twitch streamers, okay? Kick streamers, I apologize. Dig another hole right below Satan, and just, you know, have like cameras constantly streaming their agony, dude. Fuck.
He can Melstroy never.
No, this person is like obviously not okay. Like, which just doesn't excuse absolutely anything. But this is
donated anything. Since the thing with calling bank sounds pretty sus even for Russia, then some donations were misspelled and some other stuff. Overall, I think he would actually do this, but I couldn't care less, really. Anyway, as for now, Andrei's chilling on Bali Islands these days and makes around $20k per gambling stream. He doesn't do trash streams anymore, he only streams with selected people who he trusts. And at the making of this video, something really interesting happened. Melstroy announced he would be paying $200 for every TikTok of him that—
like, you are barely making ends meet. You're paying your fucking rent, your fucking mortgage, your fucking car payment, or you're studying your fucking ass off so that you can be another cog in the machine. Active woman beater / paying homeless people to beat the shit out of each other is living on Bali making $20,000 a stream. Okay? This, ladies and gentlemen, and NBs, is a system that is working. God damn. And yes, I somehow managed to make this about capitalism because, God fucking damn it, this is not about capitalism. Oh man. You need to explain me the psychology of like people that like give him thousands of dollars a month that actually donate. Or that like click on his links, his referral links for the casinos. I don't get it. I don't get it. I touch too much grass. I don't get it.
that gets 10k likes or something. And just recently he posted something on his Telegram that is even more interesting. He posted challenges. For example, if anyone makes Mr. Beast follow him on Instagram, gets 150 million rubles. A person who climbs Mount Everest gets 50 million rubles, and yada yada. It's crazy amount of money, and I guess it worked because Melstroy said that Mr. Beast actually followed him and even messaged him.
Hey Mel, so I was told to send you this video saying hi. I'm not sure why, but hi.
So are we getting Melstroy and Mr. Beast collaboration pretty soon? Who knows?
Dude. He made 2 videos, how he took over the
He just sent me fucking 300K!
Sorry, we're going down this fucking pipeline.
If you haven't seen this dude on your For You page, you must be living under a rock. But did you know that this same person actually has people like Mr. Beast, IShowSpeed, Logan Paul, Mbappe, or Drake in his DMs? Even a goddamn president
Lithuania
of said hi to him. Like, what? Basically, since I made...
And I think this is a great time for me to tell you that an ad is going to play in 3 minutes. And that I have no other pitch except this guy sub count versus my sub count. That's my pitch. Jesus fucking Christ. You need to say something about society by subbing and not watching ads. Words. God fucking damn it.
Made this video covering who he is, a lot of happened. So as we know, our hero fled Russia. Here's where I spread a little misinformation in the last video. Andrei, originally born in Belarus, traveled to Russia because he had to go through army training in Belarus, and he obviously didn't want to. Belarus is this little place where you get carrots from Belarusian president if you are someone like Steven Seagal. In Russia, he had that little incident with Alena that we spoke about in the last video. Oh, and I can't make this up. This same girl, Alena, that had her face slammed against the table, went to his stream a year later again. She even kissed him.
How has nobody made a movie about this? How has nobody made a fucking movie about this? How has nobody made a fucking movie about this? At least he paid her at least 50K for that shit. God, dude.
Yes, people can actually change after all. Because this scandal was all over the news, Melstroy got on the radar of Belarusian government, they did some digging and found out that he didn't go through army training, which is illegal to do, by the way. They called up Russia, and therefore police were storming into Mel's apartment.
Literally, like, succeeding into failure. Guy got so big that Lukashenko himself was, let this man embarrass nation. Has this man gone to military? Because obviously he has not gone to military. No military man would behave like this, da? Calls up Putin. Yo, brother, what is happening? Oh, I'm just hanging out with Melstroy. What?
Arrest him and deport back to Belarus. However, our protagonist is long time gone. He went to Dubai, Bali, and now he's in Turkey, in the city called Antalya. He's good and chilling. At this point, Mel kinda fell off. His average viewer count on his kick streams were around 10k, but that would soon massively change as Andrei got an idea that would soon make him an internet sensation. 200 USD for 1 million views on TikTok is all Mel had to say to start a tsunami of hilarious TikTok memes that took over short form videos. TikToks like
like tens of thousands, or even in some cases by certain numbers, hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians and Russians running away from their states because they do not want to fight in their country's armies. Meanwhile, this guy running away because he's a fucking a kick fugitive, bro? How is this real life? What is going on, bro?
And
to be honest, Antalya is a Russian colony at this point. They achieved the dream of Peter the Great, right? God.
So these TikToks are actually very funny, but everything good has to come to an end at some point. They started getting less views, so people moved on something new. When I first saw this, I was very impressed by Melstroy's movement, but then when I saw the similar video later, where Melstroy is actually 120 centimeters high, I realized it's not Melstroy, but some random kid with a filter on. Mel's views skyrocketed. What used to be 10k is now 50, sometimes even 70k. This is where this story could end, but we know Andrei. He goes big or goes...
Like, the only reason Adin Ross is not like this guy is because Adin Ross did not think about doing shit that this guy fucking does, okay? Adin Ross would absolutely do all of these fucking things. He just never fucking thought of them, okay?
He posts challenges on his Telegram channel where he gives absurd amount of money to people if they make certain famous celebrities follow him on Instagram. Famous people like Drake, Speed, Beast, and...
I miss when YouTube was about video games. Do you though? Because they made video games about the women in the games, okay?
And many more. People got into spamming these celebs in DMs.
На протяжении прошлой недели меня беспрестанно рассылали спамом толпы русских. Я хочу вернуть свою жизнь. Я предложу $300 000 тому, кто сможет это остановить. Пожалуйста, заткнись.
Some Russian YouTuber. Please listen. Bro, who?
pay someone who bring you to follow to his Instagram 300,000.
That's fake, bro. Bro, what are you talking about? Bro, you're scamming, bro. I'm not dumb, bro.
Apart of those people who just spammed, there were people who had connections that could actually make this happen, like Anas, a Fortnite pro player, who won one of Mr. Beast's challenges. Anas messages Beast and asks him to follow this Russian dude called Mousetroy. Jimmy does so and messages him, and even records a little video for him.
Hey Mel,
Jesus,
so
what
I
is
was
this
told
reality?
to send you this video saying hi. I'm not sure why, but hi.
And that's how Anas got 1.6 million USD. After this,
Pandas, my YouTube consumption is like 80% cats. Mine as well, brother. 95%.
Speed followed Melstroy as well, as he realized it was not fake.
He just sent me fucking 300K for a follow, man. Holy shit, bro. This dude is fucking nuts, bro. No cap, bro. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This dude is goddamn crazy. I swear to God. No, holy shit.
And here's Mbappe, who also said hi to Mel.
Hey, Miss Troy. Killing here. Just want to say hello to you. Hope everything is okay.
His eternal karma of this dude is he's gonna waste all this fucking money. Though one could make an argument that these things happening, he then recycles so that he gets even more views and even more views. So it might, to an extent, be working. You know, like it's funny how the attention economy works the same way as a regular capitalist economy does. If you have enough capital, you can just reinvest it and make more capital. Like money makes money, not hard work. Ownership makes money, not hard work. And in this case, him owning his brand allows him to enlarge it by giving people money to enlarge it, which then brings him more people, which gives him more money to again reinvest and re-enlarge. This is what Lenin died for. Ay, bля.
And I hope to see you soon. Ciao.
Then Drake follows Melstroy after he sends him 1 million.
There's gonna be some circus animal in his next life. Yes, enshitification, the broader topic of today. Even the internet is getting enshitified, bro.
And even asks for mod in his chat. What up, Pokey?
Есть, он подписался реально, блядь. Он только что подписался, прям только что, блядь. Блядь! Drake is strong, нахуй. Yes!
Drake, same as
Man, this is fucking...
Mel is Kick's partner, so it wasn't really hard to get in contact with him, as Mel is good friends with Kick's CEO. I really hope Mel and Drake are gonna collab and recreate Drake's famous video. Oh, I forgot, Mel actually pulls out his thing on the streams pretty often when he gets drunk. Apart from internet celebrities...
Is that allowed on Kick? Somebody fucking enlighten me. I'm new to this fucking streaming shit, man. Is it allowed for me to show my dick on Kick? Because I'm immediately going, okay, no, is it allowed to show you... How is it?
One of the challenges was to get a...
Yes, dangerously, indirectly, yes. Holy shit.
President involved as well. Some dude randomly spots Lithuanian president just vibing in the streets. He goes up to him and asks him to say hi to Melstroy.
Sveikas, draugė, koks vardas? Melstroy. Melstroy. Nu tai sveikinu su kuom? Su gimtadieniu ar su kovo 11-ąja? Su kovo 11-ąja.
When Melstroy showed this on stream, everyone agreed that this is not really what he wanted and it's not worth 2 mil. So he gives guy 100k and that's it for the challenge. Have you seen this guy before? If not, this is Booster, who has been dating this girl, Dilara. Here's the catch though, Dilara is Melstroy's ex, and as usual for Mel, he starts making fun of him. His jokes were pretty aggressive, offensive.
It's literally like 12-year-olds with a lot of money, and what would they do with the money? Like that is the entirety of like enshitified trash streaming. And I can't look away. I can't look away. I'm sorry. Might be a bad person. I can't look away.
And at some point, he even asked his mods to get Booster's address, which was a joke, but still, that's kinda messed up. Overall, he was calling him a cock who was eating his life.
Nah, these guys were not surviving, Balkan, dude. There's 3 guys at your fucking door tomorrow that you're gonna keep fucking streaming, but you're gonna keep giving them fucking 70%, okay? They'll break your fucking arms in, dude.
Leftovers.
Wasn't this also like
Still,
Morgenstern's
messed
ex?
up. Overall,
isn't this chick also more like... I think I might be confusing my fucking Russian women here, but wait. Morgenstern girlfriend. This is a very famous Russian rapper that started by making fun of rap and then became like a very... Okay, so tell me if I'm wrong. Is this girl Okay? Time to not differentiating white people or whatever. What the fuck, man? Fuck you. Okay. So is this girl the same as this girl? Is this the same girl? Yup, she was, El Comisar. She was, right? This is the same girl, right? No. So she's not. Okay, I'm just dumb. Doesn't look like... Okay.
He starts making fun of him. His jokes were pretty aggressive, offensive, and at some point he even asked his mods to get Booster's address, which was a joke, but still, that's kind of messed up. Overall, he was calling him a cock who was eating his leftovers. And then something that nobody expected happened. Someone from his chat took it to the next level and got a tattoo of Booster giving hat to Mel. Mastery laughed at this so hard that he sent him $3.4k. When people saw Mel pay for this stuff, they started getting tats of his nickname.
Everything's going to shit. Everything is going to shit. Everything is going to shit. Everybody's poor and everybody's doing whatever they fucking can to get some fucking $5, dude. Everything's going to shit.
Or his face. Mel wasn't against it and started paying people for it. All that was good publicity for Mel, but he had one more goal he wanted to achieve. It was to get Morgenstern on a stream, the most famous Russian rapper who declined his invitation a couple of years ago. From the looks of it, they chatted for a bit when Mel was popping off, and on the 19th of March 2023, they had a call. Morgan was streaming on Twitch and Mel on Kick. They had some friendly chats, yada yada, and then boom, Andre sends Morgan $150k and follows it up with an offer to do a...
Is that fucking boomer music? But not like a boomer, like American boomer, like BMW the movie 1, 2, and 3 in the background. Do we have any Russians, ex-Soviet people in general in chat? Because I feel like my English-speaking chat like just has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. That is boomer music in the background, right?
Andre sends Morgan $150k and follows it up with an offer to do a stream for one...
Yes, it is. Fuck you. Yes, it is, dude. Boomer soundtrack. Yes, it is. Thank you. There you go. Panturex. Wait, boomer. Which one is it? I don't know. No, it's not. It might be that one. Fucking. I love this one. This one is a classic. This is like a cringe way for your phone to ring, but kind of a cool way for your phone to ring. Listen to this. Fuck, that's, I don't know, call me basic, but that's a great fucking way for your phone to ring, dude. That's a great way for your phone to ring.
$1 million. He basically ate and rozzed him. Stream ended and it wasn't clear whether they're gonna end up having a stream together or not. But then...
I am ancient, EXO. I am ancient.
Мой траст валит. Пока...
Those are dark memories I didn't want to remember.
I'm not going. I'm stay here in Turkey. Sorry.
Morgan gets his money and gets taxi from airport to Mel's apartment. And it was great stream.
Не заменят никогда свободы.
They broke Russian's internet record of 736k viewers on the stream.
Что, бля, oh my fucking god, dude.
Hulk laughed, played music, Mel then gives Morgan another 150k and tops it off with 2 pairs of Rolexes. At the end of the stream, Andre pull out his thing
and it keeps playing the fucking boomer music in the background, man.
Usual, and it looks like he shaved from last time. Okay, that's it, bye-bye.
Yeah, man, the way you cut off the fucking thing. Holy shit, this guy has like a thing of like his whole channel is I'm subbing, I don't care, about subscribe persons. Russian guy who has been streaming for 2 years non-stop. Found the weirdest Russian influence, Lapa Hapa. Found the craziest Russian influence, Plitka. Secret USSR disaster hidden by Soviets, full story. That had 12,000 views. I milk war for views. Story of Nekoglai, the dancing Ukrainian soldier. So, story of Russian Popeye. Where is he now? That's, I guess, the same guy we saw earlier with the inflated things. Which one do we check out? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna watch sleeps with homeless because Jesus fucking Christ, I'm not watching this. Or she drinks piss. Let's see the guy who's been streaming for 2 years. Is that possible? Do one with piss. You guys are insane.
Streaming, a form of entertainment where viewers can watch a streamer live and talk to them via chat. Money, fame, respect, and all that just for a
money, fame, respect, spreading communism.
few hours of your day playing a game you like, cooking, or just talking to the chat. Sounds like a dream, but what if that camera never turns off? That red light
Piss
never
maxing,
disappears?
stream
You're
maxing,
being watched
indeed.
forever and ever.
Double
Meet
the hour
Piat.
ad
He
breaks.
has been live since 25th of November 2021. You can choose from 3 cameras that he has set up in his house, but most of the time you will find him either sleeping or sitting behind his computer. Despite this guy has been streaming for over 2 years, he made no money out of it, since he doesn't have any donations turned on. So what's the purpose of these streams? And who is this Piat guy? In the summer of 2022, a lot of weird videos with even more questionable titles started to pop up. Certified Hoodbang.
This is just fucking public performance or whatever. Like, what do you call it? Like fucking art. I don't know. Guys saying many things about society. What if we were all Twitch streamers and streamed 24/7? This says a lot. Yeah, exhibitionism or some shit. But I don't think he shows himself nude, I think, right?
Meeting Listvinica and eating shashlik. Teaser, In the Search of Listvinica. And of course the Christmas episode. Teaser, New Year's Listvinica. Okay, Piat, first of all, stop teasing me. Second of all, who is this Listvinica and why is he so obsessed with it? Now I know how this guy felt.
The Schmungus Among Us? What the Schmungus' revenge? What?
They stole my schmungus.
Listvinica is a made-up word by Piat.
What
It's
is
a combination.
that? What is that? What is that? I'm old. I don't know this. Schmungus. Oh, Schmungus Among Us? What is this? What is this?
Schmungus is the best Netflix category. It was discovered by Channel Everything, who first uploaded a video of it on the 4th of March this year.
The Schmungus Among Us? What the Schmungus' revenge? What?
They stole my schmungus.
What?
Channel Everything really understands what makes the internet tick with their crazy clickbait videos.
Oh yeah, no, kill myself.
Of word leave and add an inica,
myself,
and it sounds dangerously similar to other Russian word Detvnica, which means a virgin. Well, a virgin, you say, Mr. Piat. Look how story has unfolded. In these videos, however, he does most basic stuff and there is really nothing interesting. He either just walks around, cooks stuff, or follows pigeons. This guy is really mysterious. That will take at least 100 Pepe Zillas to crack this case. So join my Discord and let's explore the internet together. Damn, that was so cringe. Who wrote this script? In one of the videos, he did indeed find his Listvinica, but it's literally a tree. Well, this guy is either a hardcore troll or he's mentally ill. In these videos, we could also see his hands. They're kinda deformed. And his video titles are written in very broken Russian. Therefore, we can make an assumption that he really does have some mental problems. However, Piat says that
yeah, if we had come to this conclusion, I'm not about to make fun of a person with disabilities. Yeah, I'm good. So instead of that, because we do peak content here, we're gonna watch the person that drinks piss.
This is Splitika, the freakiest character on the Russian internet. First thing you will notice is her aggressive makeup, but that's before you look into her content.
Okay, no, we're done. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done. No. I'm good. Yeah. No. I'm prepared to do things for views and subs, but no. That no. Even I have a limit. No, I'm good. I am good. No. Nope. Why do they all go naked all the time? What the? I don't even know how to follow this up, to be perfectly honest. Here's a Wow Mao video while I go piss. Also, Nat is going to play in 3 minutes. If you want me to feel like I am I'm crushing my soul for the right financial reasons, become a sub or gift a sub. If not, watch the ad. Thank you. Fuck my life.
I'm a pimp. I own a blimp. It lessens that
Well, the rocket launcher strapped to President Reagan's back.
A key role in strengthening.
Excuse me, President Reagan.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word.
Hello, talking that nigga, that snitch. I ain't been up on the block in a minute. Why you running? Why are you running?
LeBron James, scream if you're native.
Cry, my son, cry for the people.
I am back, and thank you immediately to Knife Emoji for the 2 gifted subs, and Jocula, the fucking old school legend piece of shit. I love you, motherfucking stupid motherfucker, for the 5 gifted subs as well. Thank you kindly. Yeah, that improved my mood a bit, but geez, no, my mood is fine. I love it. I love what I do. This is great, but that was a lot. But I did it to myself, okay? I absolutely did it to myself.
Right. I'm taking over the whole movement.
Welcome to America.
I'm sorry, I've been took over the movement. I'm taking the movement to another level.
Welcome to the
reservation.
How Resi are you?
Out Resi. Lamai. Out Resi. Lamai. I just went the whole week drinking.
Yeah, so?
Without any money.
Right this way. Sorry to keep you waiting.
No, don't say that. Please, kill him today. Right now, today.
Oh shit. Yeah, that was Walmart. That was Walmart. Okay, let's continue with the enshitification of content by this guy. And I don't like this guy too much. And it's called Traveling for Content. I've always cringed massively. And now there's a new subcategory of fucking insane cringe lords going around and making fun of homeless people indirectly. You know, we kind of did this to ourselves. We really took a shit on people walking around giving money to homeless people, because obviously it was very cringe and they were just doing it for clout, and they would make like $15,000 off of giving $500 to a homeless person or giving them a haircut, etc., etc. So they were basically turning helping into a monetary system, which is disgusting by itself. But we elevated that to a complete next level, and now there's guys that get like 10 million views whose video titles are zombie homeless people are destroying San Francisco, etc., etc., which, you know, is a fucking category of its own. Even though now, like, me shitting on anything feels like nothing compared to the guys that we watched previously. But let's go into another category, and that is the traveler content, okay? The continuous, like, especially the cringe aspect of it, of them going to developing countries and kind of exploring them for you as the civilized Western man peeking into the unhinged, dirty Eastern masses or Southern masses, etc., etc. Always de facto, just because of this, was very, I mean, for the lack of a better term, but just basically racist in my opinion. And I saw a video with such a title, so I thought maybe we can give it a watch. Truth, there you go. Let's see what the fuck happens, okay? Jebem ti, sestru. Oh.
Traveling is awesome. It's the #1 thing I'd recommend for anybody out there while they're young.
Sammy Masen.
Can I ask a question? Anita no skina anime wa nan desu ka?
God is not here.
Even if that traveling is within your own country or state to a town you've never been to, that being said, some people make it their mission to ruin the reputation of all other tourists visiting certain areas. Most of the time this is due to a lack of cultural understanding, which is annoying, but it's bound to happen. I'd categorize this as people just not really knowing what's expected of them. What's worse than this is when people know the culture that they're visiting and choose to disrespect it for whatever reason.
I just gotta be careful to not like disrespect the culture. Japan is on.
It's like, Hugo, what are you gonna do today on stream? Today we cringe.
About the respect. Toyota, I choose you.
Nowadays, you can go somewhere, harass people on the street, exploit the local population, and generally just be a parasite, and not only make money from doing it, but become famous. Or infamous. The attention is on you either way. The post-pandemic world has left a hole for the most insufferable people to go abroad and do the most shameless things in exchange for attention, even if that leads to them committing crimes, getting a...
Somebody in chat said me this only way to respond to rude tourists. What is this? Angry Nepalese woman chases British family on circuit.
Just leave me alone, please. Please, please, please.
Please, shouts in white woman.
Assaulted and sometimes ending up in jail. It's all worth it for the clout, baby. So speaking of, let's talk about Logan Paul and Japan. I think Westerners become obsessed with Japan because it's a completely different culture than our own, yet not so different that it's completely unintelligible or hostile. It's kind of a Western country that still holds super traditional values, which is a very weird contrast. It's not super hostile like China or Saudi Arabia, but it's not super similar like North America or Western Europe. It's truly unique, which is why so many people are fascinated with Japanese culture. Some maybe a bit too much.
Wonderful, a new child soldier, subscriber.
Thank you very much, Nasreen, for the sub. Welcome back, my beautiful child soldier. No, it's not any of those reasons, my friend. It's because, haha, weird. We watch anime. Let's go to Japan. A culture that I don't like, a country that I'm not really in its current state that big of a fan of, because it's in general, fucking Hugo, not a fan of a whole fucking country. That's not what I mean. I don't fuck with the vibes, only on one very basic premise. They took the cultural norms of honor and duty, and capitalism managed to commodify it in a manner where your level of honor and duty only matters when applied to your employer. So it became a literal state of wage cucks. That's Japan. People that confuse duty and honor with loyalty to your oppressor. And if that's not a wage cuck, I don't know what it is.
Which is why Japan is a gold mine for YouTube content. You can literally make a video called "I went to the bathroom in Japan" and get millions of views. If you want to see what anime girls' thighs taste like, you'd probably have to go to Japan, right? Wrong. You can go to gamersubs.gg and use code GHOSTGUM to try and...
You can adjust the title, my beautiful Pokemon. Thank you, and I love you.
Anime girl thigh. If you're lucky, you might get one with tentacles on it. It's my favorite flavor by far, at least as of right now. That's subject to change. Also, check out their Gamer Soups, actually good instant ramen. They've been a huge sponsor of this channel. Thank you so much, Gamer Subs. Now, if I made a video going around Los Angeles being a nuisance, nobody would care. That's a city made of garbage. If I do the same thing in Tokyo, bam, look at those views. People forget this was on trending when trending was still a thing. You probably all know the story, but basically Logan Paul went to Japan, acted like a complete ass, then recorded a dead man for content. Now, disregarding the whole filming a corpse thing, these videos are painfully unself-aware. He's going around acting like a moron because I somehow doubt he would try this in a place like Brazil. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, I think to these
Brazil mentioned.
goblins, Japan has the perfect mix of interest and exploitability. You see, Logan Paul, knowingly or not, created a whole subgenre of Japanese dumbassery, where you have people going there because they know they can be a complete degenerate loser and get away with it. Not only that, people will get mad at them for doing it, inadvertently bringing attention to them, which you gotta realize that's all these people care about. They don't care about a reputation. The primest example of this is streamer Johnny Somali. You might have heard of this guy, but basically he's part of a wider subgenre of public nuisance streamers. Basically, they go in public, cause as much shit as possible, and film everyone.
Well, as we've learned previously, not as much shit as possible, if you know what I mean.
Reactions.
All right, you and me, Central Park, tomorrow. Don't be late, motherfucker.
You see, that insane piece of shit Russian streamer, he would get in a fist fight. That's the fucking difference. That's the fucking difference. Which one is worse? I don't know. I don't know.
All right. I hope he doesn't chase me because I...
Oh no, you pussy! Oh no, you pee. No, I hope he doesn't chase me. Fuck your fucking family, motherfucker.
I don't want to fight him. My pussy beta? Perhaps.
The reason he's the perfect example is because this man has claimed he will literally do anything for clout. So he went to Japan and did things such as sexually harass women and mention the Hiroshima and Nagasaki nuclear bombs.
You know Hiroshima, Nagasaki. You know why you do this? Pearl Harbor. Hiroshima, Nagasaki. We destroy it.
Hilarious. Somehow.
Do this, please. I'm turning into that Russian streamer. I will give you $10,000 if you come and do this in a subway station of any Balkan country of your choosing, okay? Only if I can record it myself.
I doubt he'd do the same thing in Israel and mention another World War II tragedy. God, I hope I'm not predicting the future here, because with these new streamers, man, who knows? I know I'm not alone in finding these clips hard to sit
Not
through.
you, I'm specifically talking to that fucker.
It's just so fucking embarrassing. Imagine your parents watching you do this. What's kind of surprising is this guy didn't see any consequences for the longest time until he barked up the wrong tree, getting knocked out cold for a second. It became almost a trend for people to stream snipe this guy and just assault him. Call it schadenfreude, but there's something so satisfying about this guy getting his shit rocked. Despite this, it didn't stop his degeneracy at all. In fact, it ramped it up. He kept being a parasite until he decided to break into a construction site, for which he was arrested, obviously. All of which was caught on camera, by the way. Despite this, he seemed like he had no problems being arrested because this was a big break for him. He'd gotten away with basically everything he'd done up until now. Look at
you know there's fucking white supremacist piece of shits using his video to show like, look, dark-skinned people evil, etc., etc.
all the international attention he was getting. A little arrest for public disturbance wouldn't be a big deal, right? What he failed to realize is Japanese law is no joke. Sure, they arrested him for breaking into a construction site, which I guess isn't that bad, but it seems Japanese police had been building a case on him for a while. The details aren't known, but he's been dead quiet recently. No word on socials or anything, which for a leech like this guy probably means it's serious. Apparently the Japanese government is going to make an example out of him, which certainly would set a standard for these dickhead influence.
Hell yeah, let's do a Romania on that motherfucking Japan, brother.
Going out there and causing shit. Because streamers like him are dime a dozen, which is why they're constantly trying to one-up each other by doing extreme things. Look at resident lunatic Vitali, who climbed the Egyptian pyramids and spent 5 days in prison because of it. Was it all worth it? Personally, I think it's classier to assault a random jogger while on drugs, but maybe that's just me. Or this guy who illegally took a train across Japan and got arrested for it. What a genius. This is good content. Now you might recognize this guy from this video where he went to Burundi and basically filmed some of the most poor people in the world. He got a lot of heat for the thumbnail, which was eventually changed. Basically the whole video, so you don't have to watch this garbage, is him going around the country being like, oh my god, it's so cheap here. This Malaka seemed shocked that poor people exist. This is another type of travel degeneracy where people will go to poor countries just to show how poor it is. Now there's a huge difference between people going to a poor country to document it and to exploit it. You see, this guy gets to go home after 100 hours. He gets to be safe. These Burundians have to live like this, so they end up just being a prop in his video, especially when he's going around saying how poor everything is and how cheap everything is. Like, dude, no shit. You went to the poorest country in the world.
It's a fucking classic spectacle, you know. You make yourself feel better about you not being as poor as this group or that group. Well, also, you know, experiencing kind of the zoo experience, because that's how they basically pitch it. You know? Just instead of looking at them through cages, you look at them through fucking YouTube. It's fucking beyond disgusting.
What do you expect? The whole idea of poverty tourism is a bit controversial. People have differing opinions on it. Some people say it's good because it contributes to the economy and raises awareness. Other people say it's treating humans like they're in a zoo. And regardless of where you stand on this, I think we can all agree that this guy doesn't care about raising awareness of poverty in Africa. Now, do people who partake in poverty tourism have the best intentions? Maybe not. But at the end of the day, they're helping people in need. And whether they intend or not, they're raising awareness about the conditions people live in. Even if it's...
No, they're not fucking raising awareness, you fucking schmuck. I'm sorry, you're not a schmuck. I don't know you. They're not raising awareness. They're not raising any fucking awareness. They're just raising of, oh, look at weird people. Oh, look how weird they are. Look how poor they are. Oh, look at this. It's raising as much awareness about their poverty levels as... you know, the fucking idiots walking around recording homeless people and pretending that they're zombies. That's the fucking level of social commentary that they're doing, because they never have any fucking audacity of actually doing any social commentary as they're talking about it. He didn't go to Burundi and like, oh, but it's because it's a consequence of colonialism, all of their resources being fucking plundered, their state apparatus just being an extended arm of both imperial and local corruption, etc., etc. That would make a decent quote-unquote travel vlog that is political and actually tries to bring awareness about this particular situation. This is nothing different than just going to the fucking zoo and recording it, okay?
It's for
very fucking different.
Completely self-interested reason. At least they're contributing something good. This can't be said for the next subject of our video, and possibly the most degenerate tourist you could ever find, sexpats. Sex tourism has been a thing for decades, but only recently has it become popular enough for people to make whole channels around it. You're telling me the guy with girl troubles just so happened to go to Thailand because he quote unquote likes the culture? Yeah. Sure, man, whatever you say. This is kind of similar to the poverty tourism where people from rich countries will go to poorer countries, typically in Southeast Asia or Eastern Europe, to basically flex their, by their own country standards, average wealth to people who earn less in hopes they'll get something more out of it. This goes as far as girls thinking they're going to marry these guys in hopes of getting a passport to find a way out of their country's economic state. It's basically just exploitation. And some of these guys will tell these girls that they're going to be their boyfriend only to use them for sex and leave the country. One of the excuses these people use is that the girls are just so beautiful in random Eastern European country or random Southeast Asian country. It's weird.
There's a guy called Ugopnik that made a whole video about this. Go and check it out.
These middle-aged
I hear he's pretty smart.
Bald dudes from the UK are never doing these things in countries like Sweden or Australia, almost like it has nothing to do with romance or the beauty of the women, and it's to exploit the value of their currency in exchange to satisfy their lustful urges. What a fucking gross sentence. Now, I'm 100% not saying that all relationships between these people are based upon sex and green cards. That's 100% not true. I also want to emphasize that just because someone does a video traveling to these countries doesn't mean they're there to exploit the people there. There are probably millions of foreign couples, one from a rich country, one from a poor country.
But isn't it extremely interesting that the videos where they're just traveling and just enjoying it without the clickbait titles and thumbnails, and where they don't kind of directly or sometimes indirectly make fun of them? Isn't it interesting that those videos get almost no views, but the other category gets millions upon millions? Why? Again, the answer is just like in the previous one. People want to feel better about their current condition, and they want to justify their pre-conditioned racist perspectives and their stereotypes, etc., etc., and that is why they watch it, okay?
Both from pork.
They don't want to see a prospering African state. They want to see the most suffering and the most oppressed one, so they can satisfy their eternal stereotype of, in Africa they don't have water.
Countries, both from rich countries, etc., who are amazing together and genuinely love each other. But these guys are not that. They're purposefully misleading girls and promising them a better life, only to end up using them and bouncing. Even guys like Bald and Bankrupt have been accused of some stuff like this with some pretty damning evidence. I'm not gonna go into it here, but if you're interested, there's a Reddit thread and a really good YouTube video detailing all these allegations, and they're pretty damning. I'll leave the link in the description. Whether that's true or not, the guy said Germany needs their old leader back. Now, I've been talking about guys. I'm sick of talking about guys. I believe in equality, which is why we're gonna talk about some ladies who do the exact same thing. These British women go to Africa to do exactly what the guys are doing in Southeast Asia and Eastern Europe. There's a whole trend of old British women going to the Gambia to find—
What the fuck? Today, it shouldn't be called Enshitification. Today's fucking stream should just be called losing faith in, in our species, bruv. Aliens, please come. Eternal genocide on the human species, dude.
Young African men and basically use their stronger currency to exploit them for whatever they want and give these guys hope that maybe one day they'll be able to move back to the UK. It's gotten so bad in the Gambia that the tourism board literally had to ask British women to stop coming for sex, specifically British women. It's old white British dudes walking around with 20-year-old Thai girls and old white British women walking around with 20-year-old Gambian dudes. Modern love, I guess, as depressing as that is. But the best, or
the literal, like, we have commodified the human being to almost like pre-capitalist slave society levels, okay? Now, the idea that you can go and buy a romantic partner is completely normal. Like, it is absolutely completely normal. It's
worst example of this type of tourism is in a channel called Nomad TV. I found this guy years ago.
Like, literally using your higher levels of financial stability to coax a person into being with you is nothing else than commodifying that human being. Okay? If you're only with someone because you can buy them, then you are turning them into a commodity to own. That is no longer a human being to you, that is a pet.
And I recently—
And humans should not be pets. Am I supposed to really even say that?
Revisited his channel and nothing has changed. He's been doing the exact same thing for years. He's a Korean guy whose whole content repertoire involves sex tourism, and it's just completely shameless. Here are some of the video titles. This is what it boils down to. This is the purest form of sex tourism. Not only is he doing it, but he's making money off doing it by getting millions of views of some of these videos. To wrap this—
Again, same like the insane fucking Russian streamer, okay? You pay money for a sex worker, then you record that interaction, then you upload it, so you make extra money, much more than how much you pay the sex worker, so you can pay the next sex worker and make a video out of it and generate even more money. these are the sort of interhuman relationships that this system not only fosters but brings to the forefront as most successful, because again, these are the relationships which bring in the largest amount of capital. In this case, this isn't even money. This is capital. He's making capital, okay, off of recording people that he wants to pay for sex. We live in a society, bro.
Up, I want to say travel. Get out there and do the shit you want to do. Maybe you'll find your passion, maybe you'll find your purpose, maybe you'll find true love. Just not doing any of this.
Well,
the war in Gaza is insane.
Let's continue our conversation about enshitification with our least favorite liberal, Medicaid, last week tonight with Jean Olivier. Jean Olivier, the famous Frenchman living in the United States. So you get all of these things, unhinged streamers and so on, but you do not get Medicaid. Let's hear why.
Our main story tonight concerns healthcare, the industry that's done basically...
Jean Olivier, if you don't know who this is Jean Olivier, a very famous Frenchman who pretends to speak in a British accent while living in the United States of America. This man is a human example of American culture, indeed. This is intentional. All of this is pre-planned. All of this is intentional. How many times do I need to fucking repeat it? It's intentional. You can stop watching the video. There you go. You have the fucking answer. All of this is fucking absolutely intentional, and it is also intentional, and it is also very, very intentional. And it is intentional, and it is very intentional, and I believe it is intentional, and maybe also on top of that, it might be a little bit intentional. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but this might be a little bit intentional. There you go. Great social commentary. Lovely. Okay, let's watch some tech shit. Let's watch some tech shit that sucks, okay? Because we love to talk about enshitification. You not only will not get Medicare, but they will intentionally, did I mention it was intentional? Make it extra difficult for you to use the small amount of privileges that your overlords have chosen on that day to sprinkle on top of your shit pizza that is going to get shittier and shittier. Did I say that they're going to do that intentionally? Yeah, I think I said they're going to do that intentionally.
All right, so this is the Humane AI pin. It is a brand new product.
What the fuck is that? The Humane AI pin. The Humane AI pin. Very humane. The design is very humane. Did they really put that in the fucking... The thing that is literally... The design is very, very human. And they didn't hear about this meme. Nobody told the PR team that was designing this that this is the
Sometimes
meme.
after our feet are stepped on by others, and they don't know. So, I invented this anti-stepping shoe cover. The design is very human. When someone steps on us, he can't leave without giving us an apology.
Nobody showed them this. Nobody did research of literally like humane design. They don't know. No, of course not. Innovation, here we go, baby. Innovation, here we go, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's fucking shitify even your fucking phone. The one thing they gave us that doesn't fucking completely suck as it's rotting away our brains. But no. Speaking of brain rot, in exactly 3 minutes and 30 seconds, Twitch will play you brain rot, also titled ads. If you would like to avoid those now and in the future and enjoy an adless experience for $5 or for free through Prime while supporting the show, please do consider clicking that button. Thank you very much.
And a really, really interesting form factor of an ultra futuristic wearable computer. So in a time of all these crazy gadgets and Vision Pro and wearable glasses, it's so sick that we get so many genuinely new first generation products like this to give a shot. Unfortunately, it's also the new worst product I think I've ever reviewed in its current state. There's just so many things bad about it. It's so bad, in fact, that I think it's actually kind of distracting to like understand what the point of the device is as we go through it. So I'm gonna have to...
And the point of the device is very simple, my friend. It is corporations understanding that unless they fuck up so massively like with this shit, that they can quite literally, instead of creating a better product, a more advanced product, or a product that is actually going to satisfy any sort of need, they can just invest a bunch in marketing, and they can invest a bunch in research about creating something that sounds advanced, sounds sophisticated, sounds great, like traveling to Mars, like electric cars that can go 300 kilometers per hour, etc., and then overpitch this and sell it to you. The ancient myth that the market operates on the principle of supply and demand is basic economic mumbo-jumbo bullshit. Demand can be created, and that changes the whole game. And the second corporations understood that. They understood that they don't have to give you good shit. They don't have to give you good shit. They just need to give you shit that you think is good and shit that you think you need. You don't need 99% of this shit, but if they pitch it right to you, your internal definition of what is good and what is bad, what you need and what you don't need shifts. And then they can create a thing that you might one day believe that you need. That's the difference between needs and wants, right? They create wants so that they eventually turn into needs. And this thing is a perfect example of exactly that. What if we put a little pin thing on your jacket? This is going to revolutionize everything. But thankfully, this product in particular, people noticed that it sucks major balls, and not in a good way. We all love a good little ball sucking, but not this type. So, yeah. Let's dive in. I don't know nothing about it except like an ad that I watched by two people that look like they're straight out of a fucking cyberpunk dystopia, like overlords. But yeah, let's jump in.
Separate it out for this video. First, I'm going to tell you what it is and what it's supposed to do, and then I'll tell you what my experience has actually.
Yeah, the point of the device is to burn cash, any cash, VC cash, EU cash. It all spends the same, exactly. And your cash as well, indeed.
Actually been using it. So this thing is a small wearable computer with an AI inside that can help you throughout your day. It's about the size of a large...
Small wearable computer. You know what also is a small wearable computer? This is also a small wearable fucking computer. Let me not dox myself. There you go. Jesus, I have 2 missed calls. What the fuck?
Watch. It has a camera and a microphone and can interact with the world around you. But in case you can't use that as input, there's also a touchpad and a projector inside with this super new style of gesture control with the projection on your hand. It costs $700 plus a $24 a month subscription plan for the data that comes with it and all the services and all the online storage. But yeah, $700 plus a subscription. It's already a fun start. But so
plus a fucking subscription. Let's make subscriptions fucking mainstream. Let's fucking milk these stupid fucking pro fucking cocks. Fucking sell them for $700. Something that is literally smaller. We're continuing our fucking balls conversation than my right fucking nutsack, okay? For $700, and then we're gonna make you charge you a subscription fee on hardware we just sold you. Okay, that's next level of pissing in my mouth, and again, not in a good way. If you want to get pissed in your mouth, just do it.
So one of the big things off the top is this does not pair to your smartphone at all. This is its own standalone device.
This is a continuation of those fucking weird YouTuber guys that were like, "We're creating our own streamer platform. It's only $50 a month."
With its own...
That's the only place you can watch our content.
Internet connection with its own...
We think we're Beyonce or something.
Phone number. And so this little AI assistant, it just goes everywhere with you. It's always connected. And that's...
You know, in 5 years, we're going to pay subs for everything. Exactly. Except me. The subs on everything, very bad. Except Yugopnik. Subs to Yugopnik, very good. Subs to Yugopnik, good subs. Subs to other things, bad subs, okay?
So you can choose how much or how little to use.
That is dialectical materialist analysis.
Use it alongside your smartphone. So, you know, on its face, maybe that's kind of a cool idea, at least. Like, the idea is you talk to it like a person. It answers questions. It gives you historical facts or personalized recommendations, or it helps you out with things like brainstorming or remembering things. It can make phone calls and send text messages. A ton of stuff. The unfortunate reality, though, is this thing is too much of a pain to use to actually want to do most of that stuff alongside your phone, but we'll get there. All right, let me actually start with the hardware. This little thing, the build of this thing is actually impressive. Like genuinely, I think if you're looking for a reason to feel like you're not getting ripped off, the hardware packaging actually kind of accomplishes that. Like this pin is solid. It's aluminum, it's dense feeling. There's 3 colors actually. There's all matte black, which is the cheapest one, or for $100 more, you can get white or this black and silver one that I'm using. And then there's a lot of sensors packed up there.
Maybe I'd pay like $30 for this. $30, okay. $30 just to fuck with it. Fuck yeah. $30, let's go. $30, okay. $30, let's go. $700, I have a fucking bridge in San Francisco to sell you.
There's a camera, there's microphones, there's lights, there's a tiny class 2 laser projector. So this whole thing is like
$100 for white. Exactly, good Lenin, yeah.
Really densely packed. And then the magnets also that connect everything.
The black one is cheaper than the white one.
Are super strong. So the back of this pin is called a booster. It's another battery. So it's got its own internal battery, but then once you attach it to your clothes, it cleverly, through your clothes, magnetizes there, makes a nice sound when you do, and that's how you get it attached. So you get 2 of these boosters, and since there's the internal battery, you can literally hot swap between them so the thing stays alive. Very clever. And then it also comes with this extremely well-made and also very, very reflective charging case. So you can pop it in there, or just your battery in there, keep it topped off. That charges via USB Type-C. This thing is nice. And it also comes with this like...
Oh yeah, now I'm going to have one of those for my fucking headphones. Now I'm going to have one of those for my pin, one of those for my watch, then right next to my phone. Like the jeans industry is looking at this and fucking drooling. They're like, dude, remember how we couldn't sell any of those jeans with 100 pockets? Cargo pants are so back, brother. Cargo pants are so back.
Desktop charging puck where you can...
Can't wait for things to be clinging all the time in my fucking...
It ties in the battery or the whole thing, the pen and the booster at the same time. So that is a lot of charging and battery related accessories, but they all come with it. And this pin, you know, it's also got these lights up at the top here that light up anytime you're doing anything. And there's also a small pin light notification for when there's something waiting for you. So between the weight of the parts and the strength of the magnets, how it all slaps together, like you can tell that a lot of effort was put into the craftsmanship of this product, which I very much appreciate.
Yeah, because that's the only thing they put any effort in, and looking cool so that it can easily be pitched in fucking ads. Okay, doesn't need to do anything cool. It just needs to look fucking cool.
It's the best part of the pin by a lot. Okay, I want you to forget about the smartphone in your pocket for a second. Like just for a minute, just pretend that doesn't exist. Ignore it, right? This little pin can do a lot of stuff and is very helpful. So again, think of this thing as an AI assistant that's like by your side all the time with you. So you can ask it things. It doesn't have a wake word. It only turns the mic on and listens when you touch it. So you can go, how tall is the Empire State Building? And then when you let go, it starts sending that query off to the crowd.
The Empire State
Building. Oh my God, $700 that I will pay so I can own my friends. My friend says, yo dude, Soviet Union bad, Vuvuzela 100 billion. I get to press and say how many people have died in capitalism this year due to malnutrition. 20 million. Gotcha. Pin single-handedly causes communism.
Building is 1,454 feet tall to the tip.
The cloud, and it gets you an answer, which is great. And it also is multimodal, so that means it can look at the camera and see things and interact with the world around you. So look and tell me what you see. So it'll scan the room, use the cloud again. That little noise was it taking a little image, sending that image to the cloud, analyzing it, getting it back, then deciding what to tell me.
You are sitting in front of a camera and a laptop. The camera is on a tripod and pointed at you. The laptop is open and you are looking at it. There are 3 pictures of dogs on the wall behind you. There is a window to the left of the camera. There is a...
Thank you, Nikki, very much, and welcome, Raiders. I hope you had a good stream.
Boom mic on the table in front of you. There is a red carpet on the floor.
Great. The camera can also take pictures or up to 15-second videos, which it auto-uploads while charging. It can also remember things you tell it to remember.
I guess that could be cool for, like, blind people, I guess. But I'm pretty sure there's apps on your phone that blind people can use in this manner, but okay.
And all these things will show up in the Humane Center. So it's like this online web portal for all things connected to the pin. There's no app, it's just a website. So there you can see a whole history of who you've called and texted and what you've listened to and what answers it gave to your most recent requests and all the things you told it to remember. It is pretty well rounded. I think probably its best tech demo feature though is the translate back and forth. You got a 2-finger gesture, you can go, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Do not, do not, this reminds me of, do not ask a person who speaks Serbo-Croatian to say it's going to snow tonight, okay? Do not ask them to say it's going to snow tonight. People who know, okay?
Where's the library?
So it auto-detects a language, translates it to English, and the person who speaks back can translate back, as long as you hold down the pen and listen to them. Pretty cool. This is all voice stuff, though. So if at any point you're in a loud area or a very private area and you don't want to interact out loud with your voice, that's where this projector comes in. So it seems crazy, but...
You can't leave us hanging.
You activate it like that.
I can't tell you what it is.
And then you just hold your finger out, your whole palm, and it becomes a projector screen for the laser projector built into the pin. So it takes a little practice, but eventually you get used to holding your hand up in just the right spot, and then the UI gets projected in this green 720p mini screen on your hand. So you basically use your hand, try to be as flat as possible, and then to interact with it, there are some movement gestures.
It's not about what it means, it's about what it... Okay, you fucking wanted it. But don't tell me I didn't fucking warn you. Don't tell me I didn't fucking warn you, okay? Why isn't it fucking... What the fuck? Serbian. I think it would be better in Bosnian because the fucking accent. There will be snow.
Biće snijega.
Okay, okay. Did you get it? Wait, maybe in...
Bit će snijega.
So you hear to know them.
Biće snega.
There you go, okay?
Biće snega.
But obviously not in AI voice, you would get it more. Yes, there you go.
Very easy to use.
So there's a time of flight sensor that keeps track of movement, and you move your hand around kind of like rolling a marble around in your hand to select something, then pinch to select. You can then make a fist to go back, and then you literally push forward to move deeper into a menu. So this is like a 3D UI you have to learn. This is obviously very brand new for people, but I think to be fair, it is pretty intuitive. I think if you get a quick 60-second lesson, you kind of already have learned all the things you need.
It's like the ultimate Balkan superpower of getting out of accidentally saying the N-word, you know? Like, dude, I was just saying it's gonna snow, dude. I was just saying it's gonna snow, dude. Trust me, I was just saying it is going to snow, okay?
When you first connect the booster to the pin, you can unlock it, and unlocking it with my pin is like this move your hand through space to select the numbers thing. It's literally like moving back and forth through a Rolodex of real numbers. So it's one of those like borderline magic things where the first time you see it, you kind of just get it and it clicks, even if it is a little fidgety and a little bit inaccurate and kind of slow. But that gets us into the...
It's like his apartment. Okay, now Balkan brain is turning on since I've started talking about it snowing. Is this on the first floor? And he has all this tech in here. And that's fucking glass windows. Dude, this is so easily robbable. This is so incredibly easily robbable.
View. So, unfortunately, this thing is bad at almost everything it does, basically all the time. Where do I even start? So I guess first of all, okay, it's supposed to just answer questions, right? It can kind of do that sometimes, but one, it's often slow because most of these requests go to the cloud and come back and there's just a long wait. And two, it's often wrong because AI still can hallucinate and there are still issues with it just not understanding correctly or just saying the wrong thing. And that's not even mentioning server timeouts if you have a poor internet connection, which happens to me all the time in this studio. So when they do most of the demos, like on their websites and in their videos, they'll ask a question and then they'll let go and keep talking to fill the silence. So it's not awkward as you wait for an answer and realize how long it is. But even on this fast studio Wi-Fi here, who designed the Washington Monument?
Finding designer.
Jesus Christ.
The Washington Monument was designed by Robert Mills, a prominent 19th century American architect from South Carolina. The construction was eventually completed by Thomas.
So you can just hold your hand up to put your answer on your hand and interrupt that it's talking so much. But even that was like a pretty good performance for the AI pin in ideal fast Wi-Fi conditions. But there are many, many times when I feel like it's way slower. And it seems like it goes to the internet for almost everything. I mean, there's a few queries I guess might be local, like, what time is it?
That shit is insured? That's
like,
what you're telling me,
fast,
chat?
fast, the battery.
You're just telling me to go rob this dude. I like this dude, though. But I like selling that tech for some good money more.
Real life, you can tell.
Please nobody go rob him. Please no.
Me that pretty fast, but it feels like basically everything else is just shoveling it off to the cloud, not computing on the device, and it takes a while. But it's also
Pharaoh silencing women. Best selling point of this device. I'm sorry, that's fucking funny. No women in your life that you can silence for only $700 and a subscription a month. You can silence a woman non-stop. Hey, you can even call it, you could probably give it a name. Imagine some guy gives it a name, woman. So he's like, woman, what is the size of the Washington Monument? The Washington Monument says, I really showed that B word. That would probably sell more than for this shit.
Also just wrong all the time. Like I remember asking it days before the solar eclipse when the next eclipse was, and it said 2044. I asked it, what's some good Asian food in the area?
Dude, I read a comment. It wasn't my fucking thought, okay? I read a comment.
And over again, it thought I said, what's the best ash for some reason? When is the next Nets game?
Finding next Nets game. The next Brooklyn Nets game is on Sunday, April 14th, but no specific opponent or location is provided.
I just Googled it. It says it's the 76ers, so that's kind of weird. What's the traffic to the Empire State Building from here?
Finding directions. Use the voice command feature of AI Pin to ask for traffic information to the Empire State Building, and it will provide you with the details you need.
I did? This stuff happens all the time. But then, speaking of battery life, really bad and inconsistent, which is annoying. So
this is just fucking scheiße, Mann. Sehr schlecht, Mann. Ich spreche Deutsch, Mann. Ja, that is so bad. I am now sprechen in Deutsch, blad.
It's already kind of bad enough.
Sprechen in Deutsch, blad. Big business, blad. Business, blad. Business.
Enough that you have another device that you also have to charge every single day. But with this, it's actually more than that. You have to constantly babysit the battery and swap out boosters.
Today we really like decided like this is just the cringe stream, man. It's just cringe.
And charge this thing and keep it charged multiple times per day. So like I said before, you get 2 of these things that come with.
Is it the point that you get to wear it all day and like not fucking think about it and charge it at night? Like that's because you have it on you, like on your fucking body.
Okay. And I've had a pin nuke through the entire booster battery in 2 hours while not really doing much of anything. I've also had it last like 4 hours.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very healthy to keep a fucking computer right next to your heart all day. I'm not a doctor, but that doesn't, even just it heating up for like 12 hours next to your heart on your chest doesn't sound like something I would gamble with. Continues to puff from vape
while doing a whole bunch of photos and videos and requests and laser stuff, and it's also just like constantly warm the whole time.
Yeah, is this the excuse for unequal exchange? A fucking pin? Yeah. This is what you die for. This is what you wage slave for. This is the exchange. Oh, again, I harp on this a lot, but capitalism at least used to give us relatively cool shit, Not anymore, brother.
All the time, which is a little bit concerning. I'll also say multiple times in various situations, I've had it just overheat for seemingly no reason and tell me to wait a while for it to cool down. I think the heat problem is also amplified because of the gap created by whatever fabric is between the booster and the product that it is.
A thing that you can attach to fabric. What did they not think of? What kind of fabric it's attached to? Very human design.
Is actively
and the fact that it's called human design, like, yeah, but this is what you die for. This.
The inductively charging. It is a lot of very impressive engineering, but wireless charging is notoriously inefficient and loses energy via heat, and that's what's happening in here all the time. So just the fact that it's warm, just this warm puck on my chest all day, was just enough to never quite forget that I'm wearing it. Well, that and the weight. Look, it's well made. Like I said, it's really impressive hardware, but it's just a little, you see that little sag? It's just a little too heavy. In the same way that Vision Pro is just a bit too heavy, when you're wearing the thing, you just want to make it as light as possible. It's why a lot of this stuff is made of plastic. So when you decide to go aluminum instead, Yeah, it's just a little too heavy.
Yeah, because they needed to make it $700 and it's more difficult to sell something for, for 700 when it's plastic and it doesn't look as good in the ads as this one, man.
I feel like Humane in a lot of their videos, they've got all these thick...
You know what else is not humane? Ads, which are going to play in exactly 2 minutes. Why spend $700 for a Humane pin when you can pay $5 for me to shut up and I'm not even a woman?
Thick fabrics and like heavy jackets, so it doesn't really pull down and sag nearly as much. But if you wear some lighter weight materials like I do, especially when it gets warm outside, this is really going to start to be noticed. And yes, there are some optional accessories that are lighter weight, but you never quite forget about it. This pin cannot set a timer. This pin cannot set an alarm. This notification light they put up at the corner here, it's there and it works, but it is basically out of my peripheral, my field of view, so I almost never see it. And, they also chose this corner for the light, which means it's designed to be worn on this half of the body, which is fine, and you get used to it there, but that's also exactly where most seatbelts go in the US anyway, so not their fault, just another annoying thing about using it. The photos look pretty bad, and the videos look even worse. They're squarish in aspect ratio, very noisy, and they max out at 15 seconds. The hub that everything...
Jesus, my dude has a massive fucking office. Yeah, 18 million subs. This guy's a multi-millionaire. Not blaming it, not... making it by himself, God bless.
Syncs with, for me, just randomly stops working and I have to refresh it to get it to work again. The projector, the
coolest feature of this thing is, like, unironically, I'm not doing the misogynist joke, but like unironically that you can make it stop talking very easily because it sees your fucking hand. That's the only thing it is quick in, and that's to stop working.
Impressive as a technical achievement as it is, it's just not very readable. It's not particularly bright outdoors, and it gets dimmer the further from your hand it is because of physics. And unless I knew what those words were saying, I really can't read very much. And there are no apps. There just are no apps. So when you first sign up with your Humane account, you get to sync with 4 accounts. There are your Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Tidal. So the first 3 are basically for your contacts, and then the last one, Tidal, is the exclusive music partner. So there's no Uber access. There's no Spotify access. There's no WhatsApp. There's no calendar, no Gmail, none of that stuff. It's just, it doesn't have, I can't book a flight. I can't buy something on Amazon. It just will not do any of that stuff that I just do on my phone.
Oh.
So I know I've said like a bunch of the downsides and the problems this device has, but I really genuinely think the biggest problem this pin is going to have is that smartphones are kind of OP. Like, that's the number one thing I've reminded.
Dude, the biggest positive of this is, like, not so that you can stop a woman from talking, but that you can get a bunch of communists to negatively react to it and make it about capitalism. Thank you, comrade, Humane AI Design. Thank you very much for proving the point for us. Thank you.
In myself from the week of using this pin, trying to get it to do stuff, is that smartphones are not going anywhere anytime soon.
Why does it exist? Asks Caliander. Because they keep trying with different products that don't really need to exist up until a point in which a product will stick and the masses will buy it because it will recalibrate their understanding of their needs. Okay? That's a systematic analysis, a very simple, like, on-the-ground analysis. Lots of VC money, lots of bank money, and lots of small-time investor money. You overpitch a product, a lot of people give you a lot of money, and then you basically make garbage, but you pocket a lot of it. That's it. Like, think Kickstarter ripoffs, but at a very high level.
And I think a lot of the comments online have already picked up on this, even without testing and using it.
What is the market, brother? The market readjusts itself, brother.
Pin, which is, okay, there seems like a lot of overlap between what this is and what a smartphone can do. But everything that this pin does, a modern smartphone does better and faster and easier and in higher quality and just better in every way. Like, your smartphone obviously takes better pictures and videos and you can frame things more easily. Of course, a phone can call and text people more easily. You can use it in more places, loud places, private places, use it with literally any outfit. Also, a phone, like, you can quickly Google things. It's faster to message people back. And of course, it can email people and use all kinds of app experiences. Do you know what happens when you try to just send someone a picture from the AI pin? You already know how to do it on your phone. With the AI pin, okay, you take the picture, then you either try this with your voice or you pull up the picture, which is just a green 720p JPEG on your hand.
Jesus Christ.
I guess that's a good enough preview, sure. You go to send it, you pick your contact or type in the whole phone number with the gestures. Eventually you go to send, and it has its own internet connection, and it sends a link to view the picture in the Humane web portal. Like the difference in
This is like beyond my analysis, dude. Like fucking, you know, the joke that people with a lot of money are automatically fucking smart. Let's use it to make that argument, because a bunch of fucking VCs. Fuck you, Rob. I was gonna raid you, you motherfucker. I'm literally ending in 15 minutes, you motherfucker. Rob, thank you, but I was literally gonna raid you. I was gonna rob you. I was gonna raid your ass in 9 minutes. You should have just streamed for 9 more minutes. God damn it. Yes, I'm giving shit to a person who was kind enough to raid me. Hello, my beautiful raiders. We're talking about capitalist enshitification. And thank you, Sikalo fuckies, for the resub. Welcome back, my beautiful child soldier. But yes, Rob, damn, you had to go and fuck up, man. God damn it. No, thank you very much, Rob. Everybody go sub and follow Rob. And all the newcomers, welcome. Click a follow, click a good old sub. And yes, be my subs, be my followers. Indeed. As we go down the rabbit hole of things that don't need to exist, but exist because capitalism readjusts, not by creating better projects, but by creating new things that it tries to convince us into thinking that we need. Thank you, Yana Gibashi, very much for that gifted sub and helping out a beautiful Rob lover in our community. Yes, Rob lover. That's what I'm calling his community. Welcome. Also, I love you, Rob. Marry me.
In how easy, how frictionless that is.
Have my children, Rob.
Here versus here, it's not even close. And there are honestly many times where I'd be trusting this pin. Like I'm reviewing it, I'm living that life, I'm using it, and I'd ask it something, and I would wait so long, and my phone would just be sitting right there where I could just pick it up and Google the answer, and the time it takes me to get hopefully the right answer on the pin. It's just, phones are OP. Look and tell me what this is.
Also, my mods, you need to teach me how to give VIP mods to people. Not VIP mods, VIP, like whatever. Because I want to give Rob and Lucid Fox and people like that VIP.
Or I'll just do this, I guess. Ah. It's a Cybertruck.
The photo is of a Cybertruck, an electric pickup truck produced by Tesla.
Yep. Also, I gotta say, when I say phones are OP, like screens in your hand, so sick. Just for the last like 10% of any UI. Like you can get almost all the way there with just your voice interaction, but let's say you call an Uber and you say, take me to the studio from an Uber. Even if it could do that, which it can't.
Thank you, Mac DJ in for the 100 bits.
But let's say it could. And as you're waiting, you're like, I'm gonna just go grab a snack from this Starbucks on the corner. How do you adjust your pickup location with this? Just that friction of I could just do it in 2 seconds on my phone. Or buying something online is another one. I've seen a lot of demos where someone's like, plan me a trip to Europe, plan me an expedition. I don't even want to buy detergent online on this because I need to check.
Let's get $700 so we can buy this. So I can just constantly on stream make a woman stop talking. Yes, I'm milking this very misogynist joke because if you haven't remembered, I'm a stupid cis male.
Check all the ratings and the titles and make sure I'm ordering the right one. I do not trust that with just my voice. But I think most critically, for the AI assistant part, I actually love the idea of a
cat book. Yeah, I haven't gotten the cat book in a while. Yeah, and you would have gotten it, but I'm losing subs because last month I streamed at the exact same time. You would have gotten the cat book otherwise. I think we got like 50, 60 subs. So you would have gotten it. But Twitch fucked you over, man. Twitch fucked you over on the cat book.
Virtual assistant that you can talk to like a human. Like this is something we've been chasing for years with Google Assistant and Siri and Alexa. And now
Yugopnik has only one joke. And well, that's one more than you have.
With this new form factor of, a little AI in a box that can be with you everywhere, maybe that can deliver even better on that specific promise. But the thing about a good assistant is it needs to know everything about you. That's even true with a human assistant. Like it needs to know your schedule. It needs to.
Angeline, can we get cat book if we get level 5? Sure. There you go. I'm a nice person.
To know where you go every day. It needs to know who you talk to, who your preferences are personally and for products. Like it needs to know everything about you. And your smartphone already knows a lot of things about you. But this is a standalone device that doesn't talk to your phone, and so it doesn't know any of the things about you that your phone knows. So just from that, it's already at such a massive disadvantage for the smartphone for being helpful. I mean, you can do what I did, fully immerse yourself for several days straight and tell it to remember everything and call people, text people from it. But it will always have that gap. And that's not even mentioning this, like I said, it has its own phone number. And so if you text people and call people from this, yeah, it can summarize all of your messages from the day and all that stuff from these conversations.
But it not connecting to the phone is such a cocky fucking thing for them to do. Even if they're like, okay, we're not connecting it to the phone because we wanted to meow meow right back at you, John. Because we wanted to eventually replace the phone. Like, you gotta get there. You gotta have at least a decade of it interacting with the thing that absolutely everybody has, so that you get as much data as you potentially can, so that it eventually can readjust and do most things that the phone does. This is just like bad fucking corporate planning, dude. I can do this better.
Any of these conversations. So if
I've
you're
done
texting
it
here,
better.
this is not
in
the same thread.
More advanced corporation.
The gap is always going to be there.
Humane AI pin. What the fuck?
So I guess that begs
the design is very humane.
The question: why didn't they just make this connect to your phone? Everyone has a phone. That's the question that I think a lot of people are wondering. And I think this is my theory, but I think Humane wants this thing to eventually be a very powerful standalone device someday.
Yeah, but eventually. But until you get there, you needed to fucking use the AI it has and just classic fucking data mining from your goddamn phone. Just data mine the shit out of the phone. It will improve the product. Even from like capitalist Yugopnik brain, it makes no sense.
In order to get it to that future, they can't set the precedent now of connecting it to your phone, because then that means they have to remove that feature in the future, and they don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, that's not how... They can sell it. They can literally sell it at like version 5 as a feature. Just like iPhone very successfully sold it as a feature that you have less fucking holes in the phone, right? Obviously, yes, it was a downgrade, but they sold it well enough to fucking Apple LARPers that ate it up. This could sell it even easier, man, especially if it offers more options than what a phone does at some point. But no.
So this device, as it exists today, is hamstrung by its ideal future version of itself. It's like Vision Pro. Like I talked about it in the Vision Pro review. It doesn't actually...
Thank you, Punisens, for the 100 bits.
...actually pair to your iPhone in any way. It's its own standalone computer. And of course, Apple sees down the road that could just be like a little pair of smart glasses. You don't need an iPhone to use that. But now, today, this thing is a victim of its future ambition.
Yeah, future they're not
really
likely to have.
Title for this video. But I will say, at one point, my working title for this was, this product is either the dumbest thing ever, or I'm an idiot. Because yes, it's really, 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 really bad now. But every once in a while, and I mean a while, I would use it and it would do exactly what it's supposed to do quickly, and I'd get it. And I'd really feel like that's how it's supposed to feel. And then I'd do another request and it would remind me of reality. But here's an example, right? I've said 1,000 times, like, my best ideas, golden rule, they always show up when I can't write them down. Like when I'm about to fall asleep, or I'm in the shower, or driving, right? So I'm using the pin, I'm driving to the studio, and I have an idea. I'm not trying to...
Yeah, you can't use the pin. What, you're going to put the pin on your pajamas when you're going to bed? You're going to put the pin on your skin for all us abased bro sisters and NBs that sleep naked? You're going to take it in the shower with you?
Write it down on my phone while driving or pull over. But I had the pin, so I'm driving, and I just... Remind me of this cool ABC outro idea for the Humane review. And I just kept driving. And it wrote it down. And it saved it.
Memory.
And when I go check the Humane...
outro idea for the Humane review has been saved.
Voice is kind of annoying. But now that's up in the Humane AI Center, so when I arrive at the studio, that thing that I told it to remember is sitting there waiting for me. That was nice. Or the other thing, the unique first-person videos. I could put it in the center of my chest and take videos I would never...
This shit solves no real problem. Silicon Valley is out of juice. They ran out of ideas. I mean, Silicon Valley themselves are also a product of the system. The whole problem with tech, finding solutions for our problems existing in a system where all problems are related to increased productivity and profitability, will eventually run out of ideas, because you can't make a human more fucking productive than this. That's why the hyperfuture projects are, modifying our bodies, our biological engineering, etc., etc. New models models that by themselves are perfectly fine, absolutely perfectly fine, but inside of the context of the system will only and exclusively be used to create more higher performing and less likely to complain proletariats of the future, right? But before they reach that sort of point, they've maxed out the phone, they've maxed out the pin, they've maxed out the watch when it comes to, optimizing you the most. You need to be optimized. Not because it's necessarily good for you. Okay, sure, a calorie counter or to see my pulse is relatively decent, but in the long run, they want me to live a bit longer, not live longer, to be healthier for longer so I can work for longer, okay?
Ever want to distract myself while driving, taking a video, but even though the quality is not great, that's the most.
Exactly. Tech bros realize they don't have to solve problems anymore. Just make something flashy and tell investors what they want to hear. No financial incentive for real innovation. Exactly. And not only investors, but consumers as well. If you pitch it well enough that it, for example, can be a status symbol, a top-tier status symbol. It doesn't even need to be good. It's a fucking status symbol. Look at Maseratis, dude. Some of the worst fucking cars on planet Earth whose like price plummets in 2 fucking days. But it's a Maserati. Just look at how it flows on the tongue. It's a Maserati. Okay? It's a status symbol. So you only buy it for that.
Frictionless version of that along with smart glasses. That's great. And I think number one on top of all of this is, if you ask me, like, who should buy this device right now? I mean, nobody should buy this device right now, but if there's one person who would most consider it, it's the person that wants to spend as little time as possible with a screen in their hands. Like, as little time as possible on their phone. That's me sometimes. I don't want to doom scroll the second I pull my phone out of my pocket. For that person, if they want that at the expense of everything else, this device represents just a glimmer of hope for that future. Now, the problem, of course, is with this device, there's just so much more friction and fumbling and annoyance that comes with it that you don't want to do it, even though you would accomplish the goal of less screen time and living in the moment. But yeah, that's the issue with it. I literally had a moment, like we did a shoot in Ohio the other day, which
I mean, I get that he's trying to be nice and not only completely shit on a project, but less screen time, and yet the thing has a screen. I mean, it's a projector, it's not a screen, but you're staring at a thing. How is that just using light instead of pixels?
It was like a travel day, and I woke up in the morning and I thought, like, I don't want to deal with this pin today. Like, I have driving, so the seatbelt's going to be annoying, and then we're going to go to the airport, and then probably got to take it off through the metal detector and then put it on again, which means I have to log in with the pin again, and just all this. And I just was like, I don't want to have to charge this 7 times. Like, I don't want to wear it today. So I skipped it. And you should probably skip this product too. And never buy a product based on the future promise of updates to it. Obviously, this is a product that has a long way to go, and there's a team behind it. And look, I gotta say, as a brand new product and a team trying to make something new, that I respect. I respect the attempt, because we don't get a lot of totally new stuff. But yeah, this is a long way to go. They do have a roadmap, actually, I'll say. They've shared it. There's some decent stuff on there, including number sharing, but that also has no date and no other information. So I'll just say, good luck. Godspeed. Thanks for watching.
And with that, my beauties, my dear, dear beauties, I tell you, good luck and Godspeed. And don't do speed. It's bad for you. That doesn't mean you should do cocaine. Both are bad for you. But anyways, this has been fun. Proper fucking doom scrolling that we did today. Hardcore cringe fest, baby. I managed not to fall from my chair. I will see you on Sunday. Join me on fucking Discord, motherfuckers. Join me on motherfucking Instagram, motherfuckers. Join me over on Twitter. Let's fucking do this shit. See you on Sunday for a day stream, because I gotta... On Sunday, you're gonna see a lot from me. I'm gonna start 4 hours before I usually start, and then I'm gonna stream with the boys over on the Deprogram channel afterwards. We're gonna do a Sunday night stream, for us at least night, that is going to start 2 hours after I usually start this, right? So I'm gonna start 4 hours before I usually stream up until 2 hours after I usually stream, and then we're going to stream for 2-3 more hours with the Deprogram crew over on the Deprogram channel. So look out for that. It should be fun. With that being said, thank you very much for joining me on this lovely, lovely Sunday. Thank you to all of you very kindly who have followed, and even more truly from the soul, you make my dream potentially come true. You make this fucking shit that I do here sustainable. To all my subs. And last but not least, thank you to my beautiful mods. Without you, this would not be possible in any way. If you would like to sub, but you cannot do it through Twitch, you're welcome to check out my Patreon. And with that being said, let's go and make some people happy, such as the serfs. There we go. Let's go make the serfs a little bit happy. Go and say hello. Send my love. Behave. Okay, no hate. Be nice and behaving, and behave. And yeah, try and have some fun. I sure as fuck had a lot of fun with you motherfuckers as always. I am very very proud of what kind of community we're developing here. And I really want to stream more often. But for example, this week, literally 4 out of my 7 days have been deprogram related. Yesterday I was sick, and 2 days I have to do some family stuff. Like all day I will be out of the city, so I cannot even really stream. So that really limits my mobility. But the more sustainable we make this show, the more mobility I will have, and eventually maybe even stream 4 times a week, God bless, and then move even to 5 times a week and make this a full-time thing. But in order for me to make this a full-time thing, it needs to be more stable, let's call it that. Even though I'm not complaining with 1,000 subs, I'm beyond grateful for that. Now, go have fun over at the Surfs. I love you, and see you on Sunday. Discord, Instagram, follow, or you get spanked on the butt. Bye-bye. Mwah, mwah.